FM anase Kingdom TV on Facebook na nyina no onsa bekan na odo message nso afa ho aba na anwumre yagibre na yakenkan edi amount yama akwaba ama adwoa na eye oman Ghana esom ene omaye yedi ene nkan kontina na anwumre yasan so no abo empunimpu midin edi Kwaku Dawuro na yatena se anwumre ya na moseda maamunim no ebese na watwe muni se mwahwa mahu se kurumu asesa titiru ene yenkran kurumu ha sei ene fi eye kumase ene enkuru akese ni nyina mu na se ni nyina ne se ye kwakodi bronya na bronya no chese aka enane be miensa ekonan ya wada ebe ya na se bronya no ahyase nti bon se enipa pi etutu kwan ebi kofane ma beton ebi nso akofane ma edi aba ye maimu a ye distribution num ni ade nti ama ka ho ayedin ena fe nso ama akwantu nso ehwo ayedin pa chese enya asem keto nti won kran na okuma ase dia traffic pa obetimi adimu no be don hwiri bebre na odi traffic mu sabire eye bre a ese ye dia botere ye adwuma bebre na mepentem no edio how de bapa nti obi anya botere ekwan so mo amodi traffic mu nso amotu kwan akọ long journey mo kọ tamale okọ wa okọ hu okọ takrade okọ kumase ba bia okọ bia no ese unya botere ewo kwan so na wetimi so abo nkwa ho ban sanse ho ehia afedu sabire wote traffic mu a mepa cho se ne nso se sabire nso akronfo esore pa enti ebi ana wote traffic mu o mobile phone kura wonsa no ebi ana wo de ato o back seat wo sa wo driving ti wo de ato nchen ho bi ya de ato back seat na wo drive wan hweye no ma wani ana ho so a obi de nsa efa mirror ni mu a na wayi phone no de ko na wayi tablet na wayi laptop sika de mu a na wafa enti sabire ye bere a esese obi a hweyi na obi ama ne personal security nso ehia no ene kwan bebre aba ye fa so kura sika enti ehu hia se obefa sika puduo na odi ahye obag mu ana odi ahye obotom se utu kokruma akotọ ade bebre obetimi ekita o ATM card obetimi edi ato mobile money so na ukọ udukromu a ohia sika wayi na ade adidwa no kama na de ye bere so ayemre na uti anye yie na ofa sika kutu hye obag mu na obi gi obag ana obi tu botomu a asamato nti ni nyina ye niema ni bia ye de eboa na edi abo ye ho ban sa bere mu afei coronavirus no enkoye abusia UK Italy America eni ama hodro tete sa omumpo amosia fifi e no manya vaccines no ene bia aye lockdown because waves na ebae the second wave na ebae no ano odin so ye pamochew emaye nto ye ho ajaja mu ena nwumre na otwe Ghana mampani ene ye bedi enkomo ye de nkomodie ne bebro live on Kingdom TV ene Kingdom ye FM so nti ye sramo coronavirus no enkoye coronavirus eguso ho a ekunipa so we are pleading with you in the name of God say all the COVID-19 protocols no fire adwuma hohoro wonsa fa sanitizer fa wonsa don't touch your face, don't touch your nose, don't touch your eyes. Yes, Ramo, we are pleading with you. Sabe area festive season we enkrofo feel free aduane die. Enkrofo ko parties. Akoko bronsa na na UFI akroma na nipa UFI se COVID-19 bi wo ho. UFI a mekawo. Ghana close to 1,000 active cases. Meno ka say enipa wo no atwam 330 kwa na ye kwa anim so ye pamochew ye bedi bronya yin so corona no eguso ene yete so ye boy ho ban ye kwan so no ya ye boy ho ban so afi coronavirus no ehom ade bi a ene so ebebo ya panti ye mfa ani enkonti ebo na otwe a Ghana mampani ene yen ebedi enkomo na enkomodie no ye de emu sensem nyina so ye de ebebrem na musuma hunsem a Ghana mampani ebe ka kire abre a ye kwakodi brunyan enti ensam no ewo ho so bi ahwe the last thing I make about the bronya and say wo kokrom akodigwa na wahwe ne a obeto ababedi eya ahwe ne ye se wo kokrom na wakodigwa enye bibia na esa uto biweni feweni pa na very careful because enuane bi atwam expiring date aka no enso da begu dwamu a ye ton nti eno so ye pamochew obeno mo nsa bi a ye ahwe ho anya nsa bi a na eso okoto na obeno si etimi ya na sa ebeboan ama etimi aboen kwa ho ban na yanyi nso ache yeda mo asese afutuo kakra de ma mu yi mo de beye adwuma na bronya ye nyina agi na asomdue kwan so na ye wi a ye de anije nso de aba happy birthday sonko enkoma eye asantewa aka cupcake wo enkran na we fi wuni aba lizi ene kobi ene fe akosua Dubai ene amanchen omo se yemfa happy birthday sonko enfa ema omo we so happy birthday eno achi no happy birthday sonko sonkoma Mr. Tay wo eye odumase krobo oben eye macrosec school no onso ene eye wawoda so onso oma no eye oma ni nyina se omo we so happy birthday na oma sere Nyankopon insira enso e di amanti ena nwumere ya tena se ewie ne sa ebe politics ma munim se ya to abawie abatu achi no NDC amanyuku ni se omonye ensunsuanso no entum omonye ntum no omadan no street protest na kire se omo ekọ eye demonstrations enne omo kokuma ase enne so omo hye ties enne menhia police station omo koto se police fo no so eso omo atese police fo na che omo nipa mienu nti omo koto se omo so police fo so se omo nchi obi abata omo so omo achi obi to omo to se omo so ewi ase no yesi omo toto abo eko police station wo ama police fo ni bi eprepra ka ba ko so esi won so yesi ka no so omo ase ka ne fa bi a eno so ewo honom na ebi aka se obey demonstration a your right constitution no dey say right ne ma na so emra wo ho se opeso ye demonstration a ese obo police fo ama ne enanum na omo abebo ho ban na waye but demonstrations e course nyina no enya ade asa Public Order Act no ede eye adwuma we are hearing say ochina there is a planned demonstration e was Savannah region na yesi buipe ho police for akoje injunction e de atoso ahemfoni bi nso say omo mpene e ma demonstration no e ma so we are picking information and signal say NDC for mebu na we atase kwan bi aso ochina demonstration de womo ebeye we also picking signal say lower manya krobo any apamenya any yilo ochina so demonstrations ni bi so ebekoso so ade omo ye no omanum nyina na omode akoso eno so asem akwakusisen abato no sunsun aso no so akwakusisen na police ni soja ni ben ene yesi ye che no a na ammunitions ya hye etu aba otu mu a ehye ne ho e former president office ni nyina no eye enkoma ebedie na NDC for unse last week nyina na maso kakra kama sementi ase general secretary edi animu na omo attack media no omo ababe patel samidi enfi se omo pa media na chew nti na eno so ho asema ho so nkomo no doso na anwumere ode o message efa 02 ode o message efa Facebook Kingdom 107.7 on Facebook na ode ba ebe kenkara ma brepam no ebe bia homa no na onso bam na yetimi eno edi enkomo nti nsam no doso na yensa ebre no ebe fra se na yedi nkomo ebo na otwe a ebe break na yakwakofa omampani address no aba na fi wi a yedi ne aka no edi atoa so yehwe ani mu se eye meka se de honorable Dennis Aboaje atena se oye former MC ewo Akuapem North na honorable Daniel Kwesi Asiama eye Buem MP oba be kan ho na menua Benjamin Nsia eye Deputy National Communication Director ma CPP enso ebe kan ho weni mpanifo a enomu edi enkomo one issue a honorable Asiama ba honorable Asiama ba ebe ma no eni edi ho nkomo kakra has to do with Buem ene eye Gwan constituency ne district a creating a enipa bi antimi anto aba ene ho nkomo abebe bebre no ye no so ahwem kakra na yetimi adu ho enkomo enti ensam no de edoso pa ene ye de ba no pay honorable Dennis Aboaje atenase honorable Majo Bacho na ho ye de
divine selection so we do to
bronya naso
na bronya we e be no pa enti no we say make sure say age ahome ye sinabe ya ye chance see ye dia ebetimi di ni ye
we sure say ebetimi di ni pa
Nyankopon ni ye di ni ye especially on my Ghana
Okay.
Nyankopɔn ni yedi nneɛma mienu ana miensa ekwan so de di kan ye covid ye ba ye. Oko UK and nekra news about say some European countries ban traveling from UK into their countries.
Yes.
Because apparently there's a new variant of COVID virus. No? There's a COVID no as a son ho ema de hu krapa na ayi aba hono. Enso ye ti Ghana hey nyamincha de iguswa COVID no ye meka say edi enya de but ye de ho toto amanfo from ho anka Ghana de ye pa ye toso mienu so ye economy no other countries omu so crowd countries will be struggle and also nyamincha de Ghana say enko yie te se ne anka ye be expecting no ba wo hwe ohawa ene abebresa e be abeto yen ene bibia yitumi akwa bedun dia na meka se eya anisa na no krakra no ene elections are yekoye ewo about 2 weeks ago obe oni me be ya adwen se enye amai ni nyina no mutubi ko enya elections no munya ne se ne enya ni.
Okay.
Nti no so ye de ho na se kese pa e be nyame. Nti we have a lot of reasons to celebrate sa Christmas.
Nti abusia honorable Dennis Aboaje eye former MC ewo Akuapem North municipality na yate nenka enanwumre na sena medical bo amane no honorable Ashiaman so atena se mema na kwaba na sena honorable Dennis Aboaje kano se nyanyame na die ho afofi a anka sena Ghana for ya so den anka corona iba ye nyina ewu because ogaso bi say max ne kra on se ohoro nsa onhohoro obi di ne se didi onhohoro ne nsa do didi o kase masa e na osu corona bi ani ho manwe ho na oye nti ye de nyame ne ye di ni yankasa papa nya sa de a akidia baby e da no enye enti honorable me no ya adwen se nyame ne ye di ni ye amema honorable Ashiama ka honorable Ashiama majo
sena mitina de eye de
oh eye mo na mo otena sentintin akebebo eye bato na ho ye de
oh me ho
okay ufi constituency na ebe ya na
oh David my brother me wa cross parliament reopen ti ye call juma bansa na mewie u assembly sanu moye no michira Kingdom TV for nina ananya sana mfa
Kingdom TV any radio nina any
NDC for nina any MPP for nina any Ghana for nina michia
ya je so ene komodi wo o constituency ho because issue be atwenity wo ho minim say won so wo mrahye bedwanwuti ne enti e ba ne say nyina no unimu for educational purposes me pese oboy kakra e bia no obi 8 yen o atse yese baby de lolobi any akwafu ni Central Coffee amonti mi anto parliamentary abani bina obi kra bisa say feed abani eti tobo memu a communities bi enya kwan to be honorable boy kakra for public education eba na saying
yo me down ase na say na me kanu me sada eti for ni na ase one district ye kanu ana sa constituency say dinu no mo de be mana eye important bia na edika ekaninu na ewo hohwe constituency nti omutu aba ewo ho nti from last year omuma otiriji no omu kavu these communities eye akpafu toji akpafu mempiasem akpafu adoko akpafu sokpo lolobi Kumasi lolobi Ashambi lolobi Hiasem lekpe Koforodia lekpe Agbozome lekpe Bakwa lekpe Kokrantumi lekpe Bala lekpe Mate lekpe Agbozome sa communities ni nyina
amu wo kokurantumi so ni kofo dua se
ni nyina sa constituency kra ehye constituency by identiase editina a eye hohwe constituency tama ye ho no onabo helu etako lepe abrani kokurantumi sokpo and then adokokoye campaign inti be kave otirigi no yebeti a omo se o ma waye omo afreho sa time no na lobby for ni other communities no omo ampini omo de omo si omo beti na omo hoho ya aban si dabi omo ko otirigi inti akoba se yekoto aba no na ti se akpafu tojinu mu de omo se mo bi amfa ballot box bi amba ho ba esan say communities bi ti se le penu atu aba no nti aka mu nyina nti enyo mu pe nti e basa no omo se da bi omo ntumi emfa embe ka gbemu hu na ye na ye gbemu constituency. So when you start with Otirigi no, the first district gbem or Jasikan district nti na omo di omo efre hohwe no e di be ka Jasikan ho ena omo se da bi omo ankasa no omo pe mu district ena omo pe mu constituency nti no so ombe sa ma omo dia ombe piniso mi ankasa ma ben honorable local government minister Haji Alima na me say oh ade course say no mo si mo di nkrofo these communities amabubo this say no mo di kabwe mu na bwe mu na be kono say that was the time they are going for assemblyman o say ma me worry ebe duru afi wei August July August no on be mo district ama mu constituency na omankasa no ajo mu fa ho de ni gidi passe ono mu ye Haji Alima aid omo hwe menimi yi mi ankasa me bisa no in parliament enye se question on foya no bisa no imwa we no di man inti yeti woni nyina no na ya enim se oh before election this year no
inti assembly election omoto wo he omoto buam ho
so mantu bi
okay
inti omusi ombekwa assembly hinfa no mu kwa assembly sesi you see they say they should go to buam so assembly susu me ko ho ni nyina no assembly we no omamba ho. So now they may be having the assemblymen who don't have the assembly to attend. Sa anamoto no ena aban no etu ya eha ya yewo area hopa. Inti sese ebedru 2020 ebe kwakoto aban. Oh, edika ya ti se oh aba omuno mbetu presidential nkwa. Yes ati ho sa omusi o sese no these communities are make body ni nyina no ye di kokagwe mu nti onabo Kofi Adams ni nyina ye sha se kasakasa kire amanfo mo se mu ntu abama onabo Kofi Adams ne stickers crowd communities bi no odikotare ho. Then on the 6th of December no omusi o se no presidential nkwa hwe sa na mo ni nyina ba mi nya mi hu ni se obinumu nhihye se they should carve these people out so that Honorable Peter will be winning sitting.
Oh, how?
Well, me come as when I know it is fact, say it and be free. Because Wauka, Ghana for say, for what time the history of this country from 1990 to this fourth republic, ye to aba, ye to community, ye percent constituency, ye to binumuja. So what is the government policy process and its implementation? Say, musi mubema obinumu district any constituency and na mo amamu ni amika se wa amamu you carve them there like that but 2 min one fan show munsa ye ko to aba so omuso mun to aba enfama president ye to aba fama president out of the 275 constituency ben na odi omo aba ebe kwa akoka ho oman fo omo aba nkoka gbemu ho and oman fo omo aba nfa nkoka hohwe ho. So what at all is the government doing in this particular situation?
Okay. Anti pacho omoto abanwie no omo de ne kan he for the on.
Eno na ye bisa ECCC because issue no resist. In the case of Gwim, oman fa nka ho. I know for sure say o man fan ka ho
and just me I want to ma check ho when so collection centers no
ho when no say amuka ho when wa nga ho for Canada they are asking and the people themselves are asking yeah ba ye too and my president no di that is the question and anipa make am one say no they are close to about 25 to 30,000 voters time ye too abadima this OT region, we realize the difference a free area. Into this is situation.
Wait, 25,000 here registered voters and announced the whole.
I'm just giving. I'm not giving you.
Let me just say estimated near for registered voters and announced the whole population.
Voters.
Okay.
Registered voters. That is why they'll be able to get even their constituency.
But the Supreme Court judgment on this issue, no, I can't say.
Ne ombu eka trese yes imran omu pass say lolobi akpafu omu nyina no omu ka we mu ho but the parliament of today must be there should be dissolution before
it makes me reconstitute a new one
in think as I say no all things being all those activities about say no in case I say when mu ento about hohwe na ye we ye brand new parliament which will be the 8th parliament, you know. Now,
by law, and by the judgment of the Supreme Court, I want to mean to Hohwe, Anna. Because a court, I can say they are not part of Hohwe, Anna.
So, if you know that there is this problem, why won't the government foresee this thing and take appropriate steps? Say, almost be to me at Tuaba. So we are not, you and I are not going to go into the tangle of war. He
said at the point, you know, now, you know, say Parliament are sorry, and it's you know, ain't mean creates our constituency because of some sorry and that and yes, Anna.
Nanu and son because break election, EC boss by floor of the house. Say the Kafra with all due respect to her, you be some question, we know a dodgy question. On the floor of the house. Me when I say my thing, I said plain. I just say yeah property no say this is the question that we have asked. Say sa nipa omuwo sa no himfa no mbeto aba on kantre e wo parliament e ho one mahum why only to go and give directive say ombeto buem ana Kofi Adams no odium posters beba then on the 6th evening to the only vote for presidential. What type of
but don't you think say unfair on your part so we can say side you to favor Peter Mewu?
It's not unfair. Me, I sit down and look at the thing. It is a technical step they have taken. You get me right? They have taken that technical step and I question the Minister of Local Government what is going to happen to these people. As at last year, he told me by this year, they will create a district and constituency for them. Nienti Amika Sani say, the NDC candidate is coming from this enclave. And they knew. And they are giving directives. So that is why I'm saying that. Because they know. Mabisa minister, Miankasa, and you've been a masumano. Mabisa no say, why or how are these people going to vote?
All right. I was Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashiama, a member of parliament, Buim, 7th parliament, in Yanwe, still, or a member of parliament. If we are, then maybe Kofi Adams will take over from him. Benjamin is here, Akwaba, many honorable way, as some way, me hear more information on all. In Akwaba, you watch it. A Ronya national way. Baba head here, open the car on the harbor 1 and 2. 24. All right. CDP Mohoya, dear.
Hi, Minia, Yahoye.
Hey, Mulachi shock 19 years, okay.
Oh, that be not say electric shock, nay, I himself a shock, because my main for Quenanchia, Yanati for name is in your panel members are omote. Me who watch it. No, why fresh and so. Minia, election I na election no. Party be edi can talk victory no and ask what winning position in na ye him say 12,000 okra no Ghana for omoda so do TC people no omodoso
o de first ho no mo a meba ho election victory no ha se be ka but me honorable nwie honorable so abusu abetimi akọ Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM na do message abebe ken kada ma o tie o Kingdom TV akọ Facebook Kingdom 107.7 o tie radio so honorable patrol sani etiesisi ano there is no way for being representation of parliament next parliament me anamewa
question no there a good question but ne more no as a same free easy but that is a fact that enclave no nya a representation there but mo etuaba edema president so who from this enclave is going to speak to the government on behalf of the people of Guan constituency, Guan district? That is our worry today. And
in law, as I was saying, say a communities be no representation of parliament under the Representation of People's Act now. As I was saying,
because the government, the EC ought to know. Say, if we talk of people's representation, obia or any impotent beer or Ghana no. SSA omunya omu nipa SSA onko ho onko kasa edibua aban ana edibua community no na say why your constituencies ni nyina no omu de omu kan so it is a very very big problem SSA omu kasa ho because etomre as a member of parliament and NDC ni mikasa omu si NDC for sanity say sana emrano echre onu easy boss no he should come out and tell Ghanaians he's making us talk too much. She's making us talk too much. She's worrying us because nyama ekoso ni nyina ye ka e wo social media no he should come and explain it to Ghanaians like me base here. I shouldn't be doing these things because we ask questions from the beginning. One man why ana maka say omu dodgy questions no sir minister so e kasa chere me. So when the people rise up today, say, what response will you give? That answer should not come from me.
Medo say, Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashiama, a member of parliament, a Buem constituency, and Martin and Kano, Martin in Sianso, Marin Sianso, Akaba. They say this issue, meaning of account be and we are not Honorable Dennis and so I drink on home. This issue about Kwaku Lulubini, Guan, say Guan district and Guan constituency.
Now, media meka ho afa ho nyane say yeni omaya or planning ahead. We are not proactive in terms of decisions be a say ye taking. Area no say meeting 70 year ni ba bia makanya furniture say ahemfo no more area ne man for person mo belong to the southern part which is current Volta region. Right, but ye kate region no oti region no ye de omko kan oti ho. I think that people should decide where they want to belong. That is what I think. Yes. Some na me say obia entumi and decide in terms of creation of region. Obia entumi decide babia opeso den ho kobo because say we are solve issue we intem yan solve in tema mayan omantumi persons nan decided the omo pe na you impose anything on them. I see that there may be a danger in the near future. Right? Bia or non person be ko ba na wa share the kitten say on fan ko. But in any way,
you can't say be any sense the regions be communities ni tries to be hon mo be can say they don't want to be part of a certain region.
No, you see, and also be chaotic, which I understand you in essence. But on say Uma Akwanya say open create regions. Boundaries based on certain population or maybe based on what administrative processes or per se administration be cut out in development, so called development, you know, be called amobia progressively. Now what they buy, you know, there's a particular group of people or more say no this group of people are MYN into ye I think say any listening government which is not a centralized government because a centralized or a command government, you know, should listen to these people and actually do what they want for them. I think say in other regions there were other microphones who are not more per se they belong to other particular region. The government listened to those people. Say no, yen fa won koka sankrofo ye ho ma me nka wan edi ba konchiro unim buna hafu pa nde so called Bunu East se watna Savannah region nde the Savannah region o crossun kwan na yeji any area bi o ho efre no Abrumasi which is under Salaga South. Technically nkasa Abrumasi area no is closer to Yaji and Atebubu than Salaga South. Because obi opeso ko Salaga Bia, which is the district capital of that particular district, no, uchansu. But in those days, Kateno, the people realized that no, we are not Bunos, and we can't belong to the Buna Afro region. We are Gonjas and wanted to belong to our mother or northern region then. So can new man fimu. Even though be crossun so before Yaji, ubi fi Salaga ba Abrumasi area wa, Telepa area wa, ube crossun so before Yaji, and sana wako hono no. Still we maintain them, they became part of the Gonjes. So and the man mpuntu oba. Because I mean person me can be now for so me de me kwashewa. And also one problem. In any case, I think the region has been created already. Ya create ya yesi omunkoka oti ho. What I was expecting say anka omanya ye proactive no. Ye nim say sa situation yi beba no, we resolve it earlier. Dan say ye betena ho amana ba wie na afi ne ye pay ho solutions. Ama ebinom be raise political concerns bi a amewunti na ye ne sa. I think so mine so bra so say ye nyai. Sometimes putting political undertones in certain issues in everything. Yen blame is in say any fault. And I mine fault. Say ye who says I didn't know. It was an create answer. Young creative we akoba. I think the issue many honorable adrenaline say is in was all kasafa. When on my timelines are this particular constituency no ebenya a member of parliament. On my timelines are yebeto abayi obiamana ko representative because says if parliament shall see na within a month ye ni parliamentarian na question e bisa why na be kasama sa manfo your motive
and senior system na create ato no che say omunya representation because parliament honorable no mo e be sorry e say de mra ne kwa mra na e say wo parliament 21 days na mature na pass ansa na yetimi a create sa constituency no honorable no so aka mo be few days no mo ko Engineer say there is no time yet me in create our constituency and the moment I best swear in the new parliament pension so yet ye create no sa honing to me in trouble MP emeka new parliament no
I know that Robi catch him say so called law school I think say I no correct
but
I know say lawyers and then constitutional interpreters no and a Supreme Court ebenya bibia ka fa ho ama nkrofo no ana omanfo mo lolobi ni akwafu anya parliamentary amanya representation ye nyina ti hai ye bebubu so saa kanibia but ye obi de beko Supreme Court
I think say honor
interpretation the interpretation I think the eighth parliament or whatever say even maybe through executive instrument and be which so mun to me kra na ye be creative because the people must have a representative in parliament they must must
I was told Miriam said there is a law Emma Quine na say parliament in session it me create a constituency be the count.
Oh, but
so bet me aboa
I can't give this but
the definite
why should the government and the EC made us suffer to be explaining these things to the people? Why should we elected you from the beginning? That is my question. Intino, on say me brother Kasem no say oh obinumu to say makango dia wo can fine. That is true. Even government akatre say there's no request from Eastern region and Ashanti region. Now one of my request am say yen pese yen kan wen mu. What did you do to them? What did you do to them? Did you listen to them? That is some of us worry. And just to me, Jina Simpio Sakata say there's no letter demanding that Ashanti region should be redemarcated, nor Eastern region. We have agreed. You are the president. Now, where you are creating, the people say, no, we don't like it this way. What did you do about it? One yefi, into some midaho, and now some Tommy Trima, me who anima, me dream saying. That is it. As same way, Sibesine, I say, Jamesa because I found him. Yes. And like I say, on anybody near any papatiasi. On him say one cash crop be an yanofi. You see, that is where Ghana politics has gotten to. It is not like to say that, look, I'm from that place. Ufri, Hohwe, Lolobi, Ashambi, Lolobi Kumasi, Wabami Krum. So when I mention Pitamel, I'm not joking. Campaign I was there. Even the day the president was in Hohwe, I sent my car. Me say me gina traffic mu. Na me ntie ni amount for eka. So I know what is we are doing here. And the person called EC and the person called Peter Mewu. Peter Mewu is a politician. It is who said these are some of the things.
But what the Peter Mewu because Peter Mewu
is a beneficiary of the technical steps that the EC have taken.
Because Mewu just benefited from some. So even if so benefit,
I am not attacking him as a person, but I did cause to say, Obinu enya representation in parliament. He is the beneficiary. Period. Enyo no na akoto, but EC have created their man. Okay. So EC should come and tell us why he should deny the representation of Guan district people in parliament.
All right.
Whether the days are finished or not, he has to come and tell us.
Explain to us.
Mensa more another example. Make I say, brother, you create Bono East. Ye na first youth or more invite here about teach my Bron Champion hall or municipal assembly. And then time Professor Mia Kunfi, I think he was leading the delegation. First meeting here na wanchi ka Bono East ho. Nti Professor Mia Kunfi invite wanchi hene. Sanka was so become because na ye kati wanchi di aka Bono East no ho. Na nka be I think 12 or so constituencies districts ne beka ho. But wanchi focus o mo beka yen ho. On person mo ka Bono region ho. Nti o mo no ya enforce o mo. Normally say who create regional, you create the region based on nipa no babi or person or belong.
Okay.
Inti wanchi antima beka yen ho na wanchi koka Bono ho. Inti na me sha say normally say ye see democratic state. Obi ani freedom. Ana ni fa hu die hu hia. Babi ani pa ne person okono. Hona e wo so maneko. But say no ya create wi o makoka oti hu. Me dey say let's see how we resolve it. And earlier madi kan ka say proactiveness na yanye. They say hona botia, me nua Dennis ya. Say na ye be ya e be solve ama ye nua no mo akpafu ni lulubi anya representation in parliament. Because it is key. A very, very key. And that is what I entreat menewo any all journalists say. Yen shema meno any abino, we have to force them to give us timelines on which particular day sa area ebenya representation in parliament. Because yen timi ko parliament abro muni ho. And omuni ho I don't know whether take it respective effects say common fund no ye be ko akira ko tuya say start here ye be ko akira ko tuya o.
I said district in the created Dana. And I would say district in the
no, but common fund is paid, not paid on district.
The district.
Common fund is based on district.
No, say MP's common fund, constituency in AG.
All right, okay, MP.
MP's common fund. Common fund, you say constituency, Anna?
No, MP constituency. Yeah, what district there for district?
Dino,
MP or MP's common fund, and then district assembly common fund. Okay.
But MP no one share. So they say no more they call district bank.
You are creating Guan district.
We are creating Guan without
capital.
Mr. Sana, but Guan district, I take effect and I know so yeah.
Easy.
I think the media, so that some of these issues, no, they should resolve them fast and tell us when.
All right.
This is where the competence is coming.
My honorable Dennis, be a no fear, Ben will be a no information. So, I was or Kingdom TV, so I don't hear Kingdom TV or Kingdom FM. So, your Facebook, Kingdom 107.7 FM, opening 7 or Kwame or Ben. Or say, I see you, Honorable Dennis Abuaje, into your say, Ochia Honorable. And I will say a friend and next, Udi, I mean to me, morning, and also, or say, okay, wolf. Also on the on full media, no, yeah, boy, or man, Judith, Abena, or Afro, or sign, and so a hay war a cropon, now, or say, or boy, about Sonia Juma, yeah. Judith, now, where, dear. Me did so here, same better show in team member. And to wait to me so I call Facebook now the message about honorable. Ebi an information be wait to me one can so former MC into system no send see adwuma no so what you say and be an ania be information you have between me at.
Ha, Dawuro. MC Medicate here you can pay not for. Na ya domase power ahode kese omo de ta aban we echi to ensure say Nana Kwaku Fodo any MPP aban betumi asan ato so you know edi enyuma pa ye di magana na me chie kwapema hemfo nyina na me senior honorable MP ensem na oka no em say oka mbra na chichi mu na opeso de kakra efrem na masem le ehwam kakra ni wa mienu na me pese nka me tenetere ne kakra minim say me senior nim but season e wo mu ne de very critical. It's, you know, those things are allowed. The presidential elections now easy declare no. There yeka ho asem ewo Gwan constituency no is of no consequences to the elections because omotoaba again presidential elections on you declare Accra you declare wo constituency it is so otoaba ewo wo polling station ewo konkokra na ye kaya ye bobo ewo kan and that's the first you know factor because not honorable can be said
it's a process a 2 year from the polling station you say coalition
and no coalition keke coalition on pekra other Sene West dey na say yan fa anko share police station after 1 week or say 2 weeks you kan coalition dey ya band ya to awie no dey share ballot box na ba be kan na presidential elections no you declare on constituency basis a national ya 2 year ya 2 year every constituency be our coalition center. So I just say every region be our regional coalition center. Every Accra national level your national coalition center. And at the end of the day, no, regional coalition center na would no. Eho and a district and a constituency was our region na quality resource na dia bank cry. And I mean that is a fact. So I just say you better make a say Kenya but you may confuse viewers and listeners. Whatever we are discussing in one constituency no, is of no consequence to the presidential elections. Omotoaba Emma Nana Kwaku Fodo and other presidential candidates. Emma Yakaya Omabano Emma Eka declared resource no. The Yakan Wasem Sisiano the fact say as a district no Omuni constituency a hold and I say Omote district in so. Say district be better many constituencies mienu ewo mrem obekaya the rules say okra say na wo me assembly
yes
na wo me assembly say na wo kre constituency entina me assembly no me wo 2 MPs but embremu no untumi nya district mienu a district ba
untumi nya
constituency
mienu district mienu ehye
constituency ba ko yes untumi nya district mienu a omo MP ye ba ko I mean can say that's better
MPs
mienu a omo district ye ba ko that's into untumi nya district a mienu no MP ye ba ko nti honorable ka bia honorable Dambotwe na Ekwapem North Municipal Assembly na okay district assembly ono kwa na MP untumi nya nisa na mom obetumi nya Ekwapem North Municipal Assembly na wo MPs mienu okay constituency anyway exactly. Until on the 9th of November, and as our LI now, it set up one district no. On the 9th of November, and as our LI no, a buy into play. Until now, who be here said, you know, a better constituency, ama Gwan. Would him say, what table sa constitutional instruments, and so I said, take it 21 days.
21 days.
Some brain more, I think the same day said next day, and a parliament, a call recess. Parliament square no back on the 14th of December. Utable CI no so we be here 21 days. Answer obi enya ho asem wan kan mature ababeye embra na Gwan for eden enyom constituency. Say oma Gwan for ekokoto aba ewo another constituency a. Na che say omo take a decision ama a set of people be a omo nka omo ho. Say dem kan tia say
he said once Ababeye district no so omo ko to aba wo ho ya
omo ko take a decision ama
I say one district na nya 2
MP one MP nya 2 districts embremu no it's illegal it's unconstitutional and I be wo dey enfa no ponto chei technically no so omo ba beto aba ho ya na say omo take a decision ama ho for omo no consequences no emma omo so because omo ba be nyomo constituency me ma dwibo no once you democratic dispensation and you constitutional state in there nema bi see no e na enye hu bebre because in law no embre bia ne hu issues bia e resolution until you Supreme Court wo ho no. And there are times as Supreme Court cry it to be making pronouncements yen hu black and white e wo yem ranim omo na sa to me ne yeden e show monsa at this point you know electoral commission for responsibility to ensure say go and for be nyom constituency no nyom MP go and for be to me a raise issue no na omo de akwaje nchirechiremu any a kwan will go around this technical challenge and make sure that the people have a representation. So long as you work constitutional rule no there is no way a solution to this particular challenge. Over the period, the only by doing a lot of times to be there's a gray area in the law. These are some of the gray areas at some point to be encounter as a people. For me, I don't think the way I dare say you raise alarm ni way bia. It's a fact. Go on for etwaba age president. But as we speak now, omu need representation in parliament. The next question, there na emrano eka. Se emrano enka hu bibia dia, emrano kasa kase, ye do some pempensu ya yen to me hu di emrano chira, yen ko Supreme Court, ni yen kwaje interpretations, ni hu ekwa de beden. For me, Sani a chichere on mine. Kabima min kebi a membuno, Sani a yano. And see, this is not the time I will be impugning. As for assumptions and speculations in the day, ye entitled to it. The key thing here, and say, Emra and ye di yeduma. So, Ubi fi say, a yaboni no biaya, Emrana betchere. So, Ubi fi say, and yan acquire Emrana a betchere. Mumay my home instead of say be a speculations na theories, conspiracy theories near the no. We should test the law. We should run into the books and find out what does the constitution say when we get into times like this. That's a constitution in Kabibia there. Blame
on local government ministry no as me see in the way because you create regions no say enti enum say creative we pen as issue started by so I didn't a chance ya ma e be kire so be bi afi e hu hwe nyi
ma me san clarify ade ba ko bi the AK has nothing to do with regions anywhere anybody wants to be regions in the TV obia woni baby ese wo omunyina to aba in the referendum enti enye no ho asem na ye kana I wanted to clarify that one as for regions any district it's there the rule anytime be a yet district, region, any constituency, so I should see ba. But I need to near a woman, no. Yet constituencies, districts, and regions, and ye baby open our cool. There will be a minute why if he, say a man who can near Cassie and select here. And some of but to be able to be over so I guess I would dear travels, so who district be map our young special.
Sure. Okay, for instance, the example, Okwana would do a year na yellow crobble. I'll be removed. No create jumpy ruko na ako maybe a car for so for at Martin.
Aye.
Na
it is a yellow crop per se or ye bibi wo krakaya. Obabewura okay. Answer why you know that
so fair do kruma before create.
Those are things anytime be a yet district in constituencies in there. Ubenya consent. Eto de bia un say tribes ne ethnics ne ade nti wa hekra na ye nua bi ebusiekuo bi village bi or another community bi nso echi yenyane nkene omo ofako. So those things are things that come up. But at the end of the day no key thing is say the referendum they take it as decision no. And at the regional level now referendum na koswa ya to abade wi a ye declare ya te region I think that matter goes to rest because obisa even the existing regions they will tell you there were still communities and other people they didn't want to be part of certain regions or certain districts or certain constituencies but it has come to stay, and that's what we are discussing. That is what even the people of Ghana
be
asking
of. You holding on with the swearing in of the speaker and in next parliament, you know.
And then I make us say,
it
it doesn't lie in our mouth. It lies in the law. Who knows? Somebody may run to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court may even make such a pronouncement. In another vein, no, the Supreme Court may also say, no, this cannot halt the inauguration of Parliament. Maybe their own. Sometimes I don't want us to be fighting over some of these things because we have laws. But just say, sure. We have laws. At the Parliament, no clear was here now. Omunyan sorry so no. Omo grab to be Parliament one day. No more sheshem rebi. No more cake and maybe have to work for the next Parliament and how it's going to behave. It happens. It is law. The Supreme Court can resolve these issues. The laws can resolve these issues. As to whether we should halt, as to whether we should proceed,
wow. Abusa meka mo say akasema no be say enson na no twiabo no twebo Ghana mampani ne yebekasa yebekwa akofa saw mampani nkomodie no na fi wi a ye ne mpanifo no atwa so adi enkomo ye Facebook Kingdom 107.7 na odu message for yebekin kadama honorable
good health starts with you. You don't take it that we have hospital, so you behave anyhow. You see, this issue of everything go to the law, go to Supreme Court. Meanwhile, we have ministers that have been prompted. Do you get me right? So it is not about going to law, do this, do this. Don't we have been passing bills in Parliament with certificate of agency? Not that they did not tell you. Not that we did not prompt. I prompted the minister. As a minister of state, that they are using public money to pay you. Even if you have forgotten, somebody have prompted you that we will be having this constitutional crisis going forward.
Honorable, if I just may ask a very quick, forgive me.
No,
dates when I'll be asked a question. No?
I am talking about 2019.
Will be some question, Ben. For 2019, no, that's how.
No.
And you're on the floor.
And I want to. Let me get on say, me see, go on for no me be sano say. This is a situation. Nipa we moon. Almost your moon man be kabwe moon. Even though what your moon aba. Okay, fine. Inti omo mba be kahun minister. When are they going to get their district and get their constituency for them to be able to vote for president and parliamentary in 2020? From 2019 to this time, don't we have more than 21 days? That if the parliament, the minister have started with the process in good faith, we could have finished all these things than me to drive to this place to be answering this question. That is my question. It is not like Supreme Court is that one. You have been appointed per your competence to handle the matters of state that borders on the people or the citizenry of this country. And even if you have forgotten, somebody prompted you that this is what I am seeing will happen in future. You told me clearly that by 2020, June, July, all these things will be done. So when I'm talking about it, it is not that I slept and dreamt. I asked this issue. So today, if we are there, and somebody says, oh, go to court, I know that for me to be healthy, the healthy process starts with me, myself. Not to wait that I take poison and go to hospital.
How difficult it is, say, it makes me a creative constituency. Now, is it possible, say, Parliament, 8 Parliament, and start here, it makes me the MP for Abekan? Is it possible? And I bet me the constituency for Abekan.
Let's say who swear in the new Parliament now. How do you do that? But that is where we are now, right now. That there will be a whole lot of legal
exceptional case.
Yes. And no na ya huadi kana ya kana anye juma. Inti se ya kana anye juma no. That is where we are today. And so we asking that the people who are in the forefront to undertake this process no. Omumbra nkamu invite omo ti say no mun kan kire yen. When we are sitting down here and talking and saying this, yes, we may be right, yes, we may be wrong. But you who have been prompted, on country say, man bisa no sa question. So these are some of the things that we are talking about. It is not like somebody is thinking of trying to do something. All right.
Honorable, Medo say Medo Echo na yekoko tie Ghana mampani ne address a obabeye amomai no. We ne toso aduno na iwi a afei ibedi o mampani de ne ho nkomo kakra na afei ahwe demonstrations and a rejection of a declaration a day and send me braba na ye di ho nkomo into ko Facebook na fa message bra ye call mampani osisi a.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. Let me thank you yet again for welcoming me into your homes. This being the 20th time since the outbreak of COVID-19 in the country, and the first since the election of 7th December, where Ghanaians once again reposed their confidence in me for another 4 years. When I delivered update number 19 on 8th November, I indicated that the nation, in the course of that week, was recording on the average 130 new cases of infections per day, and thus urged all Ghanaians not to let their guard down. It has been 6 weeks since that appeal, and within that period, we've had a vigorous political campaign season and elected a president and 275 members of parliament by over 13 million Ghanaians across some 38,000 polling stations in accordance with the effective safety protocols put in place by the Electoral Commission. Despite the genuine fears of many that we would see a surge in cases, we have, on the contrary, witnessed a stable daily rate of infection of between 130 and 100 cases. Indeed, the total number of active cases has reduced marginally from 1,139 as of Friday, 6th November, to 946 as of Friday, 18th December. Our hospitalization rates continue to be very low, and our treatment centers are virtually empty. As per data from the Ghana Health Service, some regions at the moment have no recorded active. As per data from the Ghana Health Service, some regions at the moment have no recorded active cases, and long may this continue. So on behalf of government, I want to thank our fellow Ghanaians who continue to adhere to the social distancing, hand washing, hand hygiene, and mask wearing protocols which serve us well. Our heroic health workers have seen to 52,675 recoveries, for which the country is extremely grateful. Unfortunately, 13 more deaths from COVID-19 and its complications have been recorded, bringing the total number of fatalities to 333 out of the 53,954 confirmed cases. May their souls rest in peace. The data tell us that we're experiencing in Ghana clusters of cases linked largely to confined indoor spaces with poor ventilation, workplaces, offices, factories, schools, parties, and arriving passengers at our airport. Fellow Ghanaians, the recent news of emergency approval of COVID-19 vaccines by the Food and Drugs Administration of the United States of America and the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency of the United Kingdom provide considerable optimism and hope for the world in our battle to defeat the pandemic. Ghana, I assure you, is not going to be left behind in having access to the vaccines. I'm aware of the anxieties relating to the safety and efficacy of newly developed vaccines. Government will ensure that the COVID-19 vaccines to be deployed in the country are effective and are safe. To this end, I've put together a team of experts from the relevant institutions and agencies who are working assiduously towards the procurement and deployment of the vaccines in Ghana. The briefings held by the Ministry of Information will keep the nation updated on this matter. Until then, and with barely a week to the Christmas festivities, which bring in its wake family reunions, parties, and many social and religious gatherings, I urge all of us to err on the side of caution and observe the COVID-19 safety protocols, no matter where we find ourselves. The dynamics of the virus has taught us that if you must host or attend such events, they are best held safely outdoors or in very well-ventilated halls, rather than in closed, air-conditioned spaces. Even when organized outdoors, there must be adequate spacing for the maintenance of social distancing. Organizers of such events, public or private, should ensure the presence of Veronica buckets, soap, and sanitizers, and must insist that patrons use them as frequently as possible. I entreat all persons with underlying ailments such as hypertension, diabetes, chronic liver disease, and asthma to pay particular attention to their health during the festive season. It is important to stress that our borders by land and sea will remain closed to human traffic until further notice. Beaches, pubs, cinemas, and nightclubs remain closed until further notice. All other institutions that have been cleared to function are to continue to do so in strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols. So, my fellow Ghanaians, I make this plea to all of you to ensure compliance with the enhanced hygiene and mask-wearing protocols that have become part of our daily routines. This will help us in the fight against the virus. Enuanum, bronya breya enije bebre bekoso ay bekwa sorry eni hyiamu mesremo yen koso embo ye ho ban titru yen hye mask yen hoho yen sa yen titi yen tem na no ne beboae ama ya pam yare no afiri ye man mu. I remember bronya ne mi se pi baba no wo ba ya somo kekpe mi panyefai wo ya no ni wo bu hi titiri wo mask wo forward ni wo hani gbe aka woten no ni ba wo ni wo hwe helana keje wo ma na mi. This too shall pass, for the battle is still the Lord's. May God bless us all in our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention and good night.
Edeba Medo Ghana dwumadie so ewo Kingdom TV ewo Enkran ye ni yenuanum Kumase Kingdom 100.1 Kingdom 107.5 ewo 107.5 for Takrade, 96 points now Cape Coast 106.1 ewo Mankesim, Kingdom 99.3 ewo Sunyane, Kingdom 105.7 Takrade, 105.7 ewo Hu, 105.7 ewo Nkoko NFA Tamale, and Facebook and so Kingdom 107.7 FM. Obetimi do message aba me yaka mampani ene edi enkomo mampani se nyame adom 53,000 cases 53,900 ni achire ena yenya emududuo no aba 52,000 de omo ho atomo ye active cases less than 1,000 enipa ewu no yenya 13 additional deaths e the account se enipa ewu no akogina 333 ena akwakogina mampani se opayecho yenhore yensa use sanitizers yenhye nose masks eme ye wire mfi ye ho saa bere yi a ye kodi bronya yi ye kwaye parties yi osese obekọ bia ana obeto party ni bia hwese obeye ne wabontin open space eno ye since obeye wo air condition dem mu obeye wo close area ebman microphone abebo apeso benya ere no ebi afi wa canvassing ho asem edura ya na manone a ya dia tuma yesi ye de bo covid-19 ho ban no osi Ghana so obehwe se ibenya ne ye papa a ebetimi aboan enti or the team of experts the abom se omonhwe na omonye adwuma na omonpe vaccine bi enfa eman enti yekọ animu no kojo ponkroma no eye update na ombeka ho asem de akire na ni hia no kese pa no na maboso se ye de covid-19 sise no ebeye adwuma na ye de protocols no eso I think say e bonu tofa ni omampani eka anwumere no emu asem ni bi eno enti empanifo no ha sei ye behwe na eni omo adi nkomo abre a wonso de o message eba na yakenkan edi ama nsia amampani akasa we bronya de
I think say recorded earlier because mampani ni Ghana na
yeah mampani ni Ghana so I think say sure
that my expectation is say bi o wa be ka chance say any demonstration ti and limited but I think say because of recorded earlier into one to me and come hasem
oh say the say the most if say yes I
think me send me who mampani ana mind bia panyi no me hu no say wo de asem ana obeka sa kire o man ya de foforo bi na bia asade no obi antumi nka aje wo right but utie omampani within the I think 10 minutes the speech here no some of the things I will kind here adia nkan information minister betimi aka kire yen because there's nothing new and there's not ordinary about the all cano policy initiative be anim because the all kind is still na banned on nightclubs and also they are enforced that's all in place the osan kan biom ni say o tu yemfo sa futu e kojo ponko mam de betimi area mayen but anyway wabekasa yasum say oman say de waka ne yebedi so that ye covid no enkwani de ha me kakra enyo mampanyin kwa but Africa de ha me kakra ne say yare ba ye mampanyinfo no ntimi take bold decisions e ma ye mpe solution e wo ha ya ene ha me I think say matese ye say earlier Madagascar wo hwe omuka say omoyo omomaduro matese Tanzania led by John Magafuli ono so si oyo no an local helps mo boa ebema yare ne ema na me hwe covid stars in Tanzania so far since they start here nyina no omo 500 and something cases 21 there
me try no bibi set Tanzania it me fanye yastic because it say they are not declaring the figures.
No, you see, who tells you they are not? You see, one thing is that why the Becca? If you follow foreign media, right? Ombeka Bibia for Africa won't say we are not declaring figures. But the reality is that are people dying like that? As people are dying in Brazil, people are dying in America, people are dying in UK. No, Tanzania, mo for usa. Miba. Say if Tanzanian government is not declaring the actual figures, at least ebenya entity bi make I say nano mitiba bi no bi ka chem say covid no say the organ na enye sa na aban ne ka kire you na me ka chem say na enye sa na aban ne ka kire figures ben na wo prove it tell us that this government is not telling us the number of deaths 333 no enye no na ebro so we figure ben na wo we don't have any figure so if you follow the foreign media in terms of how they cover Africa e ka chem say enye sa na I have a problem with it. Tanzania so far on the covid you see 21 say who doing say enye no kro mo my figure mo nim in any way ye na me pese misi so ne say yare na ba Africa I think say e wo say yeso ye trust ye health institutions say ye betumi ama ye ho aduro Tanzanian case no mo so mo the helps e bi na esa nti say ne Dawuro so mampanyi assemble yewura amofa oye kingdom beaters ne kingdom manema ene ni other colleagues say yare yaba abrofo yi pay aduro bi yentumi mfa ya yen hahan no say na yesi yedi how do you call it dawadawa esasa ya da na say my immune system yedin can't we use our own herbs and get our own solutions to this mampanyi si da bi o afi na all assemble nkrofo say yen koton free America and yen koton free UK that mentality must stop we have to start you say yes you say ya be solve your problem now another thing I'm person me can say yes science for no that be your mampanyi can say science me science person me see so say yes science for no enwaye hu actual death covid no 333 na yeso mawu no ebi wo ha in science no public health very big comorbidities and mampanyi raise issues like hypertension oko Italy amafo bebre wu na yesi normally omo unu ye 80 years and above nti nipa na nyini dada ti yare na chene kakra na wawu omoma yehu se covid ne ku nipa na say ye do ba hospital enya ka say covid achi unti no wo covid ne ku I think by
initially government na oma all those details but na nkrofo criticize aban ne say aban ne person be kan okure say covid-19 eku obi nti obi wu ana say co-mobility nti obi a covid-19 say nipa no co-mobility na say bia the hypertension atena say be say infine na wanya corona no wawu a say corona na man ko betena sinti corona na ekunu nti yen kan say and people are raising a whole lot of issues but I see penny awoka no there is a report we refer the actual institution omo kan say so we say na like yare ne transmitting na and say na war me on betimi aka say about 20% of the population e wo greater Accra enya covid ni bi I recover omo kroma hu so manya bi
oh yeah enye report but me ameni obi nam
no in fact there is a report there's a report
okay but Madika can last be I discuss the covid Madika can say and I know say people will say other things but covid is not an African illness enye Africa yare esa you betumi a hype no say ne bi especially NGOs and civil society organizations in the health sector even the government of Ghana the Ministry of Health betuma hype in any way so that betuma nya funding e dia go mbotom say omo dey so but o hwe covid per se it is not an African illness. Oh, now say that may kind of be an obi say no the reason why almost the second wave in Abuchire ni say bia say no more call or more winter. And a COVID ne yare bia is babia moisture na say winter cold temperature and it me survive ye. Ba me nua kona vrongo hwe wie ebo. COVID ne che okra na ebeko. So we live in a tropical area. Yeah. Weather na shinti no enye yare saa wahu even though we say your boy
niema the only advantage you want to say about tropical area now can say a transmission no enye ntem to say abrofo because a report say oko abrochira UK yare ni timis etna door handle ho 72 hours ansana aboa no ewunti obi a obeso door handle ni mu in the next 72 hours be likely so be then obe pick virus no but yen ha no temperature no anu odin so obi no so do hand no kura no ache bi 30 minutes ya abo no be then obewu akọ so enam say boy but we all have to also be careful
yeah caution dey nyina boy ho ban
because nipa 333 dey
enye na make say nipa 33 no no crazy say nipa 33 ya free but say na wo earlier session say bia obi wo hypertension na say nye covid na chi na nka omu wo mu sa but there are people almost omo hypertension na covid anchi omo a omo ko hospital omo free omo hwe omo nkwa the issue am pese me can say because of comorbidity factors na elidi ma manfo wu no e wo say yetimi postmortem in most of the deaths na yanya say actually covid kun because na be hu the real causes of some of these 333
okay in fact data no ho
data no ho the real cause 333 we no crazy covid ne kun mo na say bia covid ne chi kakra bi na yare bi fa ho be kun no but because your report no covid 19 no and you actually say covid ne kun no e be ma hu real and no so ma you take pragmatic measures a you betuma solve in any way na me ka say earlier no ye anim covid no o mampanya tu yemfo say yen moye immune system ni ye nuanom so abi a omode kakra ka oma no ne saa nhie bi ne nuamanema no because akumamu yare lungs ni ntino wahu wo se ye nyina tititi saa nuama no so abre na ye tititi god wo no se covid ne chiwa like you say ebe how no more than say me abi amemfa bia no and we have to exercise too wahu yen exercise na enko na covid ne de ensheda nye ye yare. So if you actually look at it and then we take certain decisions ebe higher economy no and say help the economy.
Meda say Benjamin Insia Deputy National Communication Director ma CPP ena Martin kan honorable dan kwasi asema omanpani ene akasa nwumre ye kodi burunya update o kan se brene brobeye we ne to so adunum ede na peke wo mu
meda na se sure say Ghana for eno na mebra kai omanpanya kasa enema osi yenye de bia no Ghana for mantie na yenye eje se bibi ni de on person wan kasa onye na de de bia o chobroni se onye ma de se omanpanya se wasabe puti damu yengo jadu na wan kasa de unye biwo omanpanya be ka kire fese dawada oni we ni nyina eye ya jatum. So the next step should have been said. Maybe a dada we no yen find solution. Sa brofu se o mu mpe a ye de ye pe. Se no na ye de ye no mu na enku yen. Enu nti na ye nwu ti se abrofu no. Nti ma yen konsu na ndi ye kontumbre. Na wo a u ni sika, they say ye ni sika no. Esa kwa brochire ko pe adro no.
Ba honorable said dawada wan de omanpani kan se yenya aduo. Eno de
yenya adi na yendi.
Kan se yenya adi.
And me can say, so what is the need of going to put out people to go and look for vaccine?
Honorable vaccine aba eno ye the one wa
Are we interested in that? Are we interested in that? I just don't want to make comment on this. We are not interested. Nunguchi ewa hano. What is the situation today? What have the government done to help Nunguchi to even come up with other solutions? Yenye de bia nuntina brofu no omumbuyen as black people. Say be careful, they see us as people who don't think. That is why I say be careful. What are we doing in our own land with all natural resources, with all plants that you can imagine? What are we doing? Nunguchi ewa hakra yentumi amwano. Get me right. Intinu, we are just interested in sitting down, watching the white man. Oh, they say Mayebi. So tomorrow too, they will never respect you. I think Nunguchi has been here for a number of years, sir. Since some update more facilities, sir. From the beginning, more musica. So where have they gotten to? At the end of the day, one of more wipe out to cry air test, you know, it's not Nunguchi. We're giving it to a different company. So we don't want to support our own. Let us actually go by the protocols. We don't want anybody to die, even though some people are dying. But even that, question, if we are in a country where all political parties or churches and all these things have medical or scientists in them, and there is a problem, a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, what do we have to do as a government? You have to assemble your people, your experts, to start doing something. They should give you results. There we put all partisan issues down. So when are we going to go forward? Vaccine. We are political members inside from all sides. One will say we crab by Biden Ebebano or catch the National Health Officer or American the man. I say you continue to do your work. One guy say, "Only Donald Trump, I will not like to work with you." So Africa, we must wake up. We must wake up to solve our problems. We should not always be sitting down say, "Oh, Brunin quiet." Na yen konkoji. Say who can say who koji adronu everywhere. No muka say okay, we gold no ye veggie. Oil no ye beji na isa man nyama isu e de kochel mo say ye pervasin meanwhile nka ye betumi aye bibi on our own. look at the number of years it takes Ghana to accept herbal medicine. In there, Ghana for Mukoken University near Legoni Nano. They have that advantage. Say, yes, you bet me the Ahahino, Edia ya draw Edia Mayan. Look at how long time government came, government, even maybe some time ago, Krano, you will not do advert on that. In there, we have taken a step. So if we are taking a step towards that, what must we do to support these institutions or scientific institutions? Say, ombe tumia ya dia ebe bogana for humba. So man biya say on pair, because we are from this country, we are unique and we can use it. And nobody too should tell you Tanzanians this, Tanzanians that. And no, my brother can. Foreign medias are not for you. They are never for you. You must know. Even Ghana here, the media, they are in some way, excuse me to say with all due respect. So do whatever you can do to save your life. Your own life is most critical and most important. So Magufuli na dronu obi ti ha ka say omu declare what? What do they want them to declare?
Madagascar small okay initially, but efedie there drone almost so my no almost say COVID-19 efedie they were dying and they were recording a lot of cases. I don't know, so it means see virus means in such a way say wo yenye dre wono ebi etimi boa boost immune system no e say nim tiri ni ade ntu no mu a na so immune system no strong kakra bia e boost no watimi ade ne sunkunim but eno nkire say yare no aboa no bewu entinsia memetimi anya yare no bi kura en show na media ba abe infected no wawu so me won't say Madagascar case different from Tanzanian case. And Tanzania, Makacho said there are reports. No, and I make declare. Oh no, one say there are two things. And I make actually say, yeah, Ghana say economic figures. All throw economic figures. And I say World Bank and I say IMF so dispute over my dispute because also here calculation.
One time,
country be our World Health Organization representation in that country, right? This say and no World Health Organization is an independent body. Say be our country no one declare crown obet me abetra or say no. You are not declaring. You shouldn't take BBC. You shouldn't take Jachi Bella. You shouldn't take CNN to rather tell us. Say how long now virus in the by Edi and Sana, your boy man say there is a pandemic. Start to China. Do you know how long it took? Do you know say the reason why in here as America government decided to be suspended the fund or the WHO because it took them more than time I say taking as an information informing the world. So it depends. National specific.
Now time inform me America no dey no moye. So what have they done? Steve across in Sioni by catch say yare no wom. What have they done? According to US, it's all about leadership. Na me say a country specific. Yes, because it's all about leadership. China and China no why would him send a China for managing information? What I know so Africa bet me the China to Magufuli. Say Africa no. But men can't back control in 2000, right? For President Kufuor so His Excellency. You call be a friend Abuja Declaration, the whole of Africa. Not you say per se you spend 15% of our GDP on health. But we spend less than 6% on health. I think 3.something% on health. Say o my EPC tumpoa. The MPC michiri na say. Yare na ba. How do you also invest in certain infrastructure, second knowledge acquisition? Say the bit my yebi. Ama ya aduro no. And aduro bia so on the weather conditions ne say ni etio. Aduro bia no is country specific. Or maybe sometimes people specific. In fact, Niabuane said the last time any Professor Ampo Fokasa from Nuguti, no say omuye sequence no, a virus no ensign. So near Wahano, any near what China no, that's the difference in just about 2%. And the same virus in the world many more all this one. And to me fear necessity to say UK for a year. Second wave. They be like virus no sano. UK for eguso bano. Me fear ne say may introduce a new virus in Ghana. So I say UK for be introducing new virus in Ghana. Because according to reports no more virus no who say or sane ho. Or sane ho. But so if we are
Dawuro media the person me kanya say asana ho na bo mi sa the person me kanya say brands will say Africans.
Yeah,
best of we are a problem.
Yeah, me that's me no ya dream na mo baby e do it.
No, we can still do it. We bet to my
we na answer.
Oh no, you bet to my
na
Adrono.
Pfizer for the answer.
Chairman Amufa, Chairman Jesse, all the herbal guys. Yem for Muntu say Charlie Arena Aba. Monfre, I wouldn't say Wabik, University of Ghana. West Africa Center for Infectious something.
Yeah.
Omu Wabik for Yem from Nuguchi Mumra Mishia. We panel people, give them the resources. We can do it.
All right.
Leadership
Benjamin Insia, member Eki, na honorable. So honorable, what can I read that home? Into my minty, honorable Dennis in so adjourned on my penny address, and if we are young politics and who has some kind of check.
As for COVID issues, Nana, I don't go for Afasua or the EDA. Say Obi who are so far our question. We show leadership. We show a certain level of tenacity to lead us as a people from sad crisis way. I don't think there is anybody well placed and as a better place to give us reassurance.
Okay.
As a people than Omampeni and other than Kwekufado. And see, in times like this, even if I had 2 minutes, crown on near Bekasa. Important send your shots here from the very first day a crisis here by or bet to us no what may see us here BBI then Yakwakudu. A year nanka Ojatu Mbe Busumi Bakumi and Sibia. I can bet to say Minions young Cassan and Babasi have a catcher say so near Casada or somewhere you may. It's media. I think that the regular statements they are a ma can say
in question
share a mau abuto yum say Niama Eda Quemu, the Niamas year day. Eco year. Most importantly, for me, any the details are the money in terms of statistics. Media they are free statistics and we say even though you're 900 and something cases, or my penny say your infection rate no stable. Let's say gidi tisenia ebema ayem hyehyaba de to so mienu or say the number of patients are almost hospitalized no so e wo fam enti your treatment centers no kwa no virtually empty. What it means is that most of say 900 patients that are about asymptomatic enti they are not in crisis yare show symptoms enti for them no omunya baseline treatment now our test negative and then we move on as a people. And I also course a kai and say ya random koi in the course year day and boy home by vaccine as some honorable MP a council my name means I can't say do no Gucci for Ankasa no Gucci for Ankasa a catching in that say vaccine no and ya dear omu e dimuduma. And I can tell you, as far back as June, or say the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research has commenced processes in developing a vaccine for the coronavirus disease, which has spread amongst 213 countries. We are Noguchi for. According to the institute, it had started researching the characteristics of the virus in order to come up with a cure of the deadly COVID-19, which has affected almost about sometime 11,000, people and killed about 54 in Ghana. This was in June. Now, Noguchi for say they are establishing the cultures of the virus for antiviral testing protocols because they want to develop more bug vaccines that are tailored to us as a country. Also, can I say we are not so much in a rush towards the vaccine section because the virus might change. Where ye Noguchi for and someone where they
okay.
See, Noguchi has very detailed and knowledgeable people who are experts in their fields of study, and they build capacity and involve themselves in various training to build up the institute. Also, can I say we have other research projects ongoing, but this COVID-19 has brought all of this to a halt, and we are focusing on the COVID-19 virus. This is Noguchi. Eti so kasa na Ghana hana no Gucci krade no mo ya.
In fact, but no Gucci.
No. You didn't understand what I said.
No. Ehia some the last time so no some
you didn't understand
investment.
Yes, it's about resources.
Okay, what am I doing?
This statement that I have read from Noguchi, nowhere did they say Ghana mine, because Noguchi, they are the eye, the heart, and the ear of such research issues for the country. Almost they are working on it. If at every point in time they need some level of investment or support to enhance their work, I'm sure say they have institutions that.
In fact, and no credit Omaka somu here. Omaka somu here.
We are all aware of the level of support on the air public. Donations and support are even corporate institutions or air public. Professor Ampo for Ankasaba, several locations have received some of these support. The baseline is that we shouldn't speak for Noguchi and also pretend as if we work with them. The institutions are telling us since June, say they are working on a vaccine. So what I say, none of us here can determine the level of support about their mom or not. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. You cannot tell the level of support about their mom or not. Why about Ben the way we are seeing more? Say we have vaccine here on pay. About Ben, oh come Madagascar. Madagascar started dying weeks after sa herbal medicine. They were dying. So what you say? Vaccine development, no, and young colasem.
In fact,
it takes a lot of patience. So what you say?
We cried on my end, and it's not about Crawford consent.
Yes, UTA scientists in the crowd, they were actually predicting somewhere mid 2021 for a very reliable, realistic vaccine to be developed. We shouldn't confuse a vaccine with a cure. This is a cure. Wait, a cure. A vaccine, no, is just to prevent, to boost your immune system, no, and build your antibodies to prevent possible, your friend is saying, infections. On mindful friend now, we say try and copy say embra ebenya idea. Say China, Kraga na nyane dia. Why won't we use it? So what just here? In any case, maintain that say every obiabe company say or the samples are called FDA, na FDA improve ayede. We have the institutions, we have the systems. We have the public research institutions like Noguchi. We have private herbal research organizations. And the Kingdom Herbal money are there. Omo one develop omo anti-malaria or omo jaundice, typhoid and do. Normally they are through a certain process for you to be certified.
In fact, Kingdom Garlic there by Noguchi for certified say immune booster, a boost to immune system.
Even
other ones and so
several.
But the only thing is
any vaccine. And now obi also mbe country and say or the vaccine be ako FDA for approval like FDA abang amwa and abang etwitwa the 19. So sometimes we shouldn't demonize ourselves and our system and our institutions like that.
But I think in here we need to do better.
How do you know? That's what I'm saying. Say Noguchi, can you tell if you're able to tell us the level of support? You see, we like to demonize and generalize everything.
The president is the commander in chief of this. So if you are the way you are going, no, we have to be stopped. You see, no. You see, when the president, the statement you have read is very good statement. Wait, it is a very good statement. And this is what the president must be telling us, that akukwa or two gold koshawa ofieno. This is what he should be telling us. That is what we want to hear. It is wait. When we talk of government making a focus of a scientific institution, research station, the updates and all that we are doing. So if this institution is here, give you a report that we are working on this. So you have to come as a nation and our father. Don't tell us you are putting up scientists together to move elsewhere.
Noguchi asma okay. Noguchi ekasa omanpani babe boy amani in one of the addresses. Yeah. I said even omatimia sequence the virus. And I make catch us
that we clap for them.
Who the type of virus.
Yes. So
and
therefore
again,
next.
almost I be catch you say almost I should be in change here. The same virus na so it means they are monitoring. Edron na my madam is in
I'm at a loss.
What other way be? Any say come
No.
Please don't do
If you say research,
madam is in we.
you should not tell me it's a miss. No, you talk.
What say the government is not focusing on developing a vaccine? Me see, it is not true. Because the research institute of the state, out says since June, they are researching into a vaccine. So that is the point.
And the update.
No update, a different subject matter. The point you made was that the government is not focusing on developing a vaccine of
yes, we as a member of parliament, let me also tell you that I have information that you may not be privy to. True. So if we have started and they've been able to sequence this in this country, what has been the next level?
Sometimes we shouldn't. We have far advanced research institutes across the world. Emusen what is something to be a vaccine as we speak.
Emusen and it's me and your vaccine. Honorable.
But you allow them to interject me. What would you do?
Oh no, oh dear. Fairness here. Oh dear. Madam is here. Oh we are. Mr. Madam is here.
It is not true. And read that. Say Ghana mind hasn't focused on the vaccine. It is not true. Noguchi 4 has come out clearly since June. Said they are working on it. And I am sure, say, other private research firms within the state and also, okay, I said do baby crano, KNUST, a partner, some research firm who develop some
rapid tests.
Any idea? So it's happening. There are countries like Russia, the UK, who have all attempted. Oxford, Frokra are working on vaccine. It is happening across the world. But so far, Pfizer 4 is a Pfizer 4. Any research institute so far.
The second one to
potent enough.
In fact, you say about 95%.
Yes, at least you administer. But we shouldn't sit on TV and say, in Ghana, mind is not focused. That is a lie. It is not true. Noguchi has been working on this since June 2020. And I'm sure, in due course, what you are saying is that if you have America, you need Ghana. Into your man penny, you quite so about coffee, BFE America, and Ababa Ghana for.
We're talking about money here.
Okay, hey, honorable now. Say,
you are not getting what I'm talking at all. You are not getting me.
In fact, malaria cry a vaccine.
Even Russia and the Saudi.
In fact, UK cry import. Plans import America. That is not bad. That is not bad. 20th update. 20th update. No.
Honorable. O de madam is in we are major points na eko.
I just said, I saw we cannot until is going elsewhere. No, I don't have to talk about this again.
Across the world, almost about 200 and something countries are affected with the virus. Obi a vaccine. Obi nyenyaye. UK 4, Obi Germany. Omunyina obi no one in Canada. But o mind bia e ye hwadwuma. Ye no ka say, okwa America e ho ne dia eden aba. And to say UK for the Russia for Benya vaccine, will be about coffee for America. So let me quite say, on Mampenisi will put it together a committee to look into how we'll be able to have access to the vaccine that is potent now in the global world to deal with the virus. I think say I see a bona baso. Say I hear Shekrampono, or the normal to Akwe a bit to me a draw a bubble gunner for Nina and home.
All right.
That's notwithstanding, no. Say Ghana Hansuno, as ye cost in a sweet to me a vaccine. All right,
that is me that say, but say honorable any in Siasia, what they meant in say government should invest a deliberate investment. I want no good from saying about almost to bet me a coin a pace. Pfizer for so aircon. You see, quickly,
many Dennis say Russia for your drone, I think say. Russia for your reference Sputnik or Manya.
In fact, on my indication,
yeah, even Necrano.
Oh,
Massa, in fact, Moscow,
Russia, or Manya indications that.
But Manya crown the process. Ne, Aminuka say Russia begins vaccination. Ne, Aminuka say. Omanya Sputnik, Juma. Putin cry you vaccinating in public video. So no, yeah, so that let me so let's me
America phone
in fact Russia for vaccine as August and indication is aba
final but let me put it on record say yanka say Noguchi enye de was omoye right ye commentary based on the omampanyi kai say okoto aduru afri babiaba Noguchi na ohu ni say research institution no omo funders abia na government of Ghana fund certain projects or a state institution and a private institution aka se bi omo di omusika ene be sa vaccine we Dennis Kase nyanam pesan ka Dennis Kase o mampanyi ka se okokra ba bia ba no Noguchi for say government of Ghana through the Ministry of Health anamwa through the Ministry of Health and the University of Ghana apompi sika say e dia koto Noguchi say because one thing is time is a factor. Time is a factor. One can one chere after what you say Noguchi for so mu yesi and I make catch say you bet to my yebi and president no kan okra nka so kasi so say Noguchi fu kra yesi na ya ma mu say so mo mfanye sa de kudie na omo ye wi a omo nwie ye ne de ye kra bi afira brochira ba kopim say Noguchi be ma ne de aba president ankahwe then is to we won so anka say president and the government of Ghana has invested these huge sums in it and one okacha and say oh yate say COVID fund, private fund or whatever, some money is going there. How much has the government invested in Noguchi? We don't know. Oh no, that is to tell us. We don't know. So government is not investing. That is your own kind of what kind of
all right. Abusia, ye twa hu tiawa na yenkwaji adwadi nkratu emra. Ye ba say ohwewa obre na be hu say ekobo no nkron enti ye ba na fe yafa amanyesem na aka demonstration sem no na ede no so aba so in just about a minute ye twa hu sisi a na yaba na fe ye no adi enkomo ye ba sisi a
Kingdom Television and a Kingdom FM 107.7 Ewon Crying. Kingdom TV ashishe dwumadio for Kingdom Entasem. Nananom etena asasi so esom abosom. Ekosi bra Christosom enso edibaye se Christo eyo Nyankopon ba na ono ene bewuje adasa. Bra na nananom som abosom no sen ena no man ne tie ena na ye gi Christosom tutu mu no sen ena oman no eko. Eno nti ene de Kingdom Entasem ede ebro. Quotation master etso ejuada ekosi yawada abodonko ekobo no mienu apa ho sima aduasa na yebebu nkompon akwa yechi e marry fi say from Monday to Thursday and ye di dwumade no ede brewo nyankopon sofo a munim de e wo chronum munyina akwanya wo homa mo se mbeba sa dwumade eso bidin ede okatachie obedi
Usia, I wish TV, what be a brass no saka kwaduma.
Wouldn't send me dear, many jekasi abo pa.
As a sanity of Cradia, Oba, so come to my show.
Yemishi, a kingdom anopa and comodu so, and no, anopanon siebia, and what the anopanka siebono esumi.
Wow!
Oh, but say amanosum, and who must yahonsum, apomodin, and ijedie, ago pramaso and some, and it said ye a remoso and some etie.
About with the mintias you. Now, no, you have me both, Mama, that for me a lunch, me buy the same TV and a butuana, wash it.
The medical catcher say, Cassiabo, the managing who, now the mission a kingdom, and we are from Tibracasiabo.
Casabobia, Casaboba.
Oh, we are from Tibracasiabo, a real such a ye be seen over the one some eba and you and one many and then chocolate, ago pramaso, some year, apomodini, amanosum, parents one, and over woman, and where we are from Tibracasiabo.
Kingdom TV, any yenya, yes, you be shippy.
Kingdom TV, Cassiabo, can you imagine?
ensamo ha ensamo asisio ensamo koso yabo wapo awade ani nti wo so won hwa bofra no eye busuasem jimre na hweme maami adutwemu a ewo Kingdom TV so na tie no wo Kingdom FM ene ne nkrabata nyina ye di dwumadie suronko Kingdom makosem e de bro mene me mpanifo ye besi nkonwa ne ye bobo wakosem no ho ne ya pano pomasibre eti jimre ejuoda kosi ya woda nonso ekosi nonkono Kingdom TV Kingdom Radio can you imagine
Ago Ghana, Yediabo, Yediaba, Kingdom TV Diaba, and Kingdom Asam Cassie.
Abusia Makwaba Edeba Medo Ghana Jumedi so on Kingdom TV and Kingdom FM so won kran utie Kingdom 107.7 FM Kumasi 418 Kingdom 100.1 Sunyane 99.3 wo Tamala Kingdom 105.7 Ho 105.9 and Nkoko 105.7 so Cape Coast Kingdom 96.9 and Amankesim 106.1 and if Takrade Kingdom 107.5 and Facebook Kingdom 107.7 FM. Enti ebriake ye be chene kakrakra na afi ye dia kam anyosem na ye wia ye bia homano na onso atimi abamu ebi. NDC for a series of demonstrations ene oma yebi ewa mmeame ahodupi Asante Mantemu omu yebi yeso omu ko atake mensia police station se police fo ache omu nipa mienu nti omu nyi omu ema omu toto abo information e wo che se police fo ni bi abo na pra ebinom ama omu aseka bi wo ho omu achetai ni ade and nkrofo raise a whole lot of issues say mo ye demonstration police fo se mo nyi lawful means na mo nya ta share ye bubu nkrofo billboard ni ade no munyai ebi nso so abato de wato ya to no wa onyi ntumu a emra na kire ba bi yeso de court enti court na fo asem kodan court na kochi ni enti a wonyi ni ene ho nsem bebre enti honorable dan asema ha sei obabuan honorable once again mesa ba ho edie enti ene sese Ghana 40 ase se NDC for say abato a eto ye no monyi ntum ene ni dikan na etosu mienu monyi ntum no demonstration say ya na mo be ye e de akon ana say mo betu ana mo fufuru bi na mo de afhwe ni mu say abato ntusu aso no e besesa na
yo me dikan akani say NDC supporters ni na medamwase ena ya ye ko kasa ni nyina communicators medamase ye di juma we for about 4 years ena be wie be eti ha na abato asema ye wom sese no ye ka ho sem bebre e shasi ye ka especially the EC boss no na ma for the NDC for the sana mutemu mpena semunya se enu nande asabeshe ejuma fufra ye demonstration because ye share say no omo share say even those who are the working place there oba ye munyina afro okay yes it's you move on into what say ye be voters registration omo say ye fa book dada na oh a book no nye it is a fruit of evil or bad fruit and all these things registration we are ya registration nyina no ya kasa bebre what are in there utu na moka crowd ni soldier for ni all those things have happened sa ama ya bedru say ya tuaba ye tuaba no wie no openyi niente a demonstrations no eba no me a meeting hand no I don't know the real figure EC boss no or they are declare results. A cheso no ankasa koba asa besisa. Almost sisa figures no sa. Na say yeti omaimu. Yese abato enyina kabima bi kabi utu aba. Ena nipa yetia ne kase. Onhwe so say aba matu eni aba watu no. Watu ni boasi akakuleti frinchim edi aba bonti. At the end of the day no yetia no ka. Na onu ankasa aba abe declare results on the 9th. Adichi you see why a mistake was asisa. And all this back and forth. The NDC people are asking that the vote should be well counted and let us have a good and final results. That is why all these things are going on. Because Sena Adeno Air Courses say, one kasa ye de dumanu shewunsa, and this is kasa say obanu na namo to a otunu odi basa basa yo beba Ghana. In ne waba abi declare results. We say nye what's I declare now call websites so and no say Moses figures no. They are calling on her to come. On one kasa no on collector they no maye the right results are which made up of all the political parties. Some will say, oh, the corrections are well done. And then you declare. Some will declare, no, sir, oh, Senado na winner. Yes, it takes it. But on one creative problem, Eddie Magana Nese, you are changing figures, doing this and going back and forth. And no problem in Tina, NDC supporters across the country, no, and even those who are outside, no, they are calling for the genuine or the real figures to be declared. Near Omankasa Ediba Ekrano. You calculate you share. People are saying that yes, Anna Ekobase, there's no clear winner. Why should it be so? Why should we get here? On say Miba and catch us say Jim Mensah should be answering or explaining to Ghanaians how we get here. Because we told Ghanaians that this woman Anama Otuno it is not going to bring peace to this country. And election results, no, they are something. Precedents, best practice. We have had elections in this country before. Have you, who have heard Afarijan or Charlotte say, giving us results? And I did say results are mamono. And ne osa di background we calculating ne obia anya over 50 point something or the Benya presidency, and it is those figures per your calculation. It is calling for runoff. It is a say I don't know the actual figure that the percentages are presidential, major presidential or political parties and all the presidential candidates no and Ghanaians and NDC supporters are taken up. When we say this is the election now, no. Ye to about we no nipa beye nsia ewuye unprecedented yantibida from 1992 say we by Trema and sana some of us no then that one is something that I don't know, but from 1992 Aisha say to abano this thing has not happened. Why should we be here? Why should we be here? Inti say obinun say omo verdict aba omo ato say yes sisa abano Oman can't buy New Year. They will demand for the real figures. And I think that is why all these things are happening in our various communities to even cry for the blood of those who have been shot dead. Nipa no wu, and the person will not come back. Why should it be so? Because the Minister of Interior, Oba, and the National Security Coordinator, Honorable Kendapa, Omoba Parliament, Ombe Kacha say, I feel we are by betunu, so that same year anyhow. And so even the police who know well weapons, they told us on the floor of the house, Intiaba Musena ne, ye say police for kitatu, mututu at some police stations or coalition centers. Sa nipa ewu. So should we take them for their words? Should we take them for their words? Because on the floor of the house, but look at what is happening.
Before say ewo na wo kan wasem no na nka ya avoidable see nyina de mra be yadwuma because CI no actually pay say we have agents Emma party be polling station and a collation center. Yeah, the results are bad. We do results in the year. We do 2 year. Yeah, provide space. Opesa was sign na watch the interior problem war results no. Open so own sign na watch reason interior own sign no. Na watch ho. We are o party no and our candidate no taking legal action na or the seeking redress. But say komase do at the point that enipa physically prevent sa procedure laid down by law no and yen na dey sa menti me ho ase ni atuo ni nyama ne ba
in politics no eda ye to aba ye collation no uda ana one shenu, that is where you lose the election. It is not about court. That is where you lose the election. Yenhu on video say some EC officials, no, they were taken to some place and they were declaring results. These are some of the things that are not in the law. Inti say, unipa watu abamano. Mufa boxes no fa winsufa baha. They can mix the boxes right now in your face. Ebinu kra omasisa boxes ni dia ako and omudibi e they are declared. So when you are watching these things, they are not in the law book. So you must be vigilant, very very vigilant. Uye vigilant suno no bisa dia uye no enye because uye police ni uye soldier ni una ukita tu nobody is wielding gun shooting at the security agencies. Nti say women nyina ba. We say police people are peace officers. Is that not it? What must they do? So they ought to know what they do so that we don't lose a single life in this country because of election. All that the supporters are looking for is say, the candidate vote they must make sure the boxes and the collations are done in the right way. Sena only declare a winner no na yahu na yako. So the best thing is to tell them to hold on. These are the boxes. Maybe they are 41 or 71, 80. Stand at this distance. Let us see what is there. Your pink sheet and everything. They collect everything. Mid-2016 elections in just second district assembly. If I were not to be vigilant, they were changing presidential figures. And we have to call with my people. We have to call them. It has been happening. So the vigilance, you see, who you vigilant, Zuzu, say, who correct here. Say either EC officials and now those who are there no mubuefu. They don't want to hear.
Okay.
So those are some of the things.
Odo and obesi no. Mwaka sa ni we nyina asi. As you see ameti information cracks about nipa 8 and ewu election way because e binu mu that very day bi nso so e dey ko hospital mo ntimi and survive. Ni nyina achi no NDC you are calling your supporters to come onto the street. Omo demonstrate, omo shise ties, and omo police station and to abu police for. Is that the best way to handle this situation? And yet more deaths and a
Is it legitimate? Is it enshrined in our constitution that you can demonstrate? No. What do you mean by unlawful demonstration?
Unlawful demonstration.
Which one is unlawful? Define it and show example of unlawful.
The police, they say, none of the Amoye will electoral
police
commission.
Police
may say police, Ghana police service say, none of the Amoye will electoral commission. Ne Nemoye will command unlawful because the Public Order Act, and they say, more informing police for no more mobile, Nini Namonye, Muya, most ties, most SN for billboards near there. Some court to bow mensia police station. I know the Neosum court to bow mensia. I have not gotten any information like that. And demonstration muyeno on Bibi and Trese Oma ko say property. What are they calling for? At least even if your child is crying in the house, you must find out what that child is saying. What is his or her need? The EC boss, no, Wabe declared 2 results are Mayana. What did she do about it? That is what we should ask. So when you knock a stone, don't look at where you have fallen, but the stone that you have knocked. Whatever sins are EC boss, but in this country that we are living in, have you heard that
and the EC boss come and declare 2 results for us before. And now declare back was my mistake. So she has created a very big problem on Nuna SSA unsolvable. Anything that happens to anybody in this country should be on the head of Jane Mensah. Because we for one, almost anyway, but look at the percentages calculation ever say. So who is causing this problem? Is it the NDC? And then you hear people, oh, the NDC, say, please, those people are not looking at the person who caused the problem. Is Jane Mensah a queen in this country? And those people who are calling on NDC cannot call her to come and give us the correct exam.
Honorable, when you feel, minimum say presidency be who say electoral commission declare results every ama obi a demonstration obi a seno obi a call for audit of the results I will declare ama ya sign a reconsider as I declare the full bima. I don't think say president be the only time I nya bibi sa year 2012 Abraham PP for court Emma court a share KPMG Emma year audit of the results ne pink sheet by Momo I don't whole report bread the whole court no. So some more audit of the pink sheet there.
It is not about audit. Don't go there. It is not
that's
about
what
audit. No, cool. When you talk about 2012, no, the case is different here. Have you ever seen an EC boss declaring 2 results in this country before? That alone has made this case very different. We can call it election petition or problem, but that alone has made it very, very different. This is a very thin line. Say, Ube declare results, no. As a senka, all the parties involved, no. Now, who send our calculations, no, SIA. Who were the people who were there before she declared the results on the NDC or other parties? Who were the people? Who were the people? When necessary Ghana for paying for, no, they should ask such questions. Are we in the kangaroo court? Say, Yentinaho, NDC for the caricature said these figures, they are not correct. What did you say at the end of the day? Onipa wo hokra say once man wo the flag bearer ho. And he was not there. So listening to all these things, so what type of democracy are we trying to develop? Sure. In the people say NDC, it's not about NDC. It is say ye dua abrobi. Na dachi no ye bebu edia ye banku ana kenke. That is what we should be watching very critical, because Nipa, you nim say Obi be president. It is not forever, but that process ye tu wana mono. Say Obi ye wenu e die na sofo mpenyefo eka e die na group CSO eka. Say Obi abedi. No. It is not about court. Obi abedi declared 2 figures say they are lying in this country. On one gasa be any correction. What did you have to ask that person? Is it straight go to court? Can that person come and sit down and do the correction? Is it not possible?
But so correction now okay. Why also why correction no?
And now I say
and now a problem with it. So go there.
Not about look. It is not about any issue. I mean, catch us say you are broby, and we have to be very, very, very careful.
Okay.
Because this one, the issue of this nature say, EC boss may declare the results. As I catch say, why am mistaken? Manti bida.
All right. May I say, Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashama, a member of Parliament, a Buem constituency, Uti region, Ena Mate Ninkano. Minko Honorable Dennis Abuajin Sun China, Minti. This issue about NDC for some rejected 2020 election results for a protest and demonstrations.
Dawuro.
Yeah.
I'm say at this point, on Penny Dada John Romani Mahama, we credibility crisis ama on one kasano ho ene namayuku NDC. Obvious say this particular election 2020 no, they have lost it. And instead of say obobe show a certain level of magnanimity, na wa concede, na wa restructure the party. No more to me didn't say maybe abraga na fana da chibino. Omo consider they want to create an impression be in the minds of homo followers, because they are not doing it for Ghanaians. Omo yomo party NDC for.
Oh, Samo.
Oh, no yama Ghana for say. enti omo pese omo ma omo party fo no enya confidence bi say aba na yeto ye no yediye na mo wie na ye wie yin tero me no kasa yi bepe mane well NDC for the omo figure omo nya in the 2020 election abetro when
in fact I'm say a day after elections no me who something like that
almost munya saying
almost munya 50% me kai and munya
the percentage me omo we abetro
yeah over 6 million me kai the actual figure ntina me percentage in the me kai pa
number 2 me no kasa yi NDC for omo tumi akira the corporate inti a omo ye demonstrations across the regions all over the country
ya wi omo
de kwanmenso
abato no mu no mu din kunim na ya de isi mo ni isi aka bo ma chinchim mo nsa e de ama
mame nchira de bi electoral commission for say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo enya 6,730,587 Oman paid that John Dramani Mahama enya 6,230,182 Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo percentage a 51.3 Oman paid that John Mahama a 47.35 Kodio for say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo enya 50.98 nti plus or minus 1.2 and then Oman paid that John Dramani Mahama enya 47.6 plus or minus 1.19 Joy, Adam, Kingdom, Ishira, NJ, Awawe too. All media houses in this country are UTV, PCF, the whole Ghana, a software Ghana Medical Association, Omomoka Kodio, will be Omomoko International Observers, EU4, Omomoko Hena, essay, resource now electoral commission, the Ababontin. It is a true reflection of the Omudio here in the various polling stations. This is the very first time in the history of Ghana. Our electoral commission, our website, the pink sheets, say collation sheets. Collation sheets, and your mama type you. They are NDC4 agents, any MPP agent assigning a coalition center, region by region. The parkour signing here, each of the political parties candidates, every region, all the regions. Oko Ashanti region, omo sign here. Oko Eastern region, NDC4 agents sign here. Across all the regions, sa pink sheet original document na NDC4 ankasa assign at the collation center na EC4 e dey ayom collation. Unim say this particular elections no. EC collation omo ye waka no, omo ye 16 results. Enti at the regional level, no, NDC4, Mampeni John Dramani Mahama agent, or Mampeni Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo agent, and so account all the results from the constituencies. No, so the more results almost I cannot verify it. I'm sure. Let me show you how it works. Obey Kwapem Nota, 137 polling stations. Omo nyina de omo pin sheet beba manfen. Na MPP ni NDC agents no ahwe. Say sa pink sheet ya modia be eno na a course was our polling station ho na agents no more manfe no for NDC no almost sambe no magi omo agents na 137 polling stations nyina omo copies of the pink sheet no mo dey compare their EC officials in the aba manfe no e correct na NDC agents na dey assign na MPP agents na assign na all the agents na to assign that becomes a Kwapem North resource. So what you see into Mampeni Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo 33,000 onya we Kwapem North no ye tam ni nyina akọ Koforidua udu hon so a Koforidua agent NDC agent no sukura all the 33 constituencies sheet na collation sheet na omo NDC agent aye assign wo constituency level no ono so they cross check their EC for the aba no ohwere ni nyina ya na fe was sign Eastern region collation no before it becomes the regional resource for Eastern region. Obeka ye do baby no. Electoral commission be catch and say aka 2 regions be our resource in my. Into or transfer resource no answer with me I in a coalition so okay. When later NASA northern regional friend is saying northern part of the country now resource be my because of certain constituencies now omo issues omo ye dey omo resolve okay Savelugu okay Zabzugu enti no omo resolving we ya NDC agent and MPP agents no more regional coalition center no omo sign they will not sign the regional coalition sheet because constituencies ni bi here den embaye enti se ni nyina bana agents ne sign and some dey den omo dey backra e backra nso a MPP agent wo NDC agent wo omo nyina kura copies of omo party coalition results from across the region no omo nyina dey cross check ahwe say bibia wo sa coalition sheet here e dey be nyina correct and some my den omo sign the rule sa coalition sheet ni nyina no MDC agent assign MPP agent assign NDC for copies ni nyina no ni nyina gu EC for website
before so be do coalition no NDC for say ye wiemu amamo polling stations and constituencies eti baabi wo horoma ye the 100 vote aka mo vote ho baabi wo ha ye the 500 aka ho import to the point some say Savelugu say for more the 1000 and aka mo de ho de mamo ebiem almost see overvoting enso akoko so meme ahodu so before say be do coalition center na wo Canada region no Samedia fi say
2012 embra na isi eba be declaration na MPP for consent nti ye puti ne be say together in the Common Electoral Commission 2008 it to about 2008 the same thing happened before a declaration beba no na MPP for consent ye puti sa figures in to go come isi in the Electoral Commission ka che o se sa nyoma na ye dia ba no enye sufficient enough to prevent the commission from going ahead with the declaration until they went ahead nonetheless of your consensus no mo your declaration ye wie no na 2012 say ye wie na ye dwen say still no your case ti the year ni say ese sa no ma we nyina na court ko kire ya semu say the make no atiase it doesn't lie in the math of Samidian fee or in the math of your friend is saying o man peninda da John Dramani Mahama na embra na Savelugu ye the 1000 ka na we agent na wada one sign ade no we agent na sign sheet in their bro
one sign
one man guys one sign they are all here. Well, they are here. Region Ben are NDC agents inside. They have signed it.
Say Ashanti.
They have signed all of them.
Oman signed 2 regions.
Region Ben.
Oman signed
Region
2
Ben.
regions.
Region Ben. Any day.
Make I say Oman signed 2
regions. Which one? It is not true. Didn't you know website house Oman signed? That thing is
signed 2
regions.
Mr. Rojo Metununu, FE Electoral Commission Office, Naka 2 regional coalitions.
Yeah, may say they signed and it came. Listen, they were resolving the Savelugu.
So almost signed what
me say, see, they make catch on
in the street.
Me say, region. What's your movie? I don't know region. I don't know so many young cry.
Oh yeah,
ma. It make a region. Some forget a cry and talk about her. We are easy here to talk about. Make a region. One any commission friends and constituents. What's that is where the NDC has said. Yeah, sure. And I may say, some vote now was your party. No more agents and signing or constituents in our da. Because we sign it regional coalition sheet now and the results in the bank right now mami James Akabomu no NDC agents na sign it now ada enti ono no all sign no dia no hu ye nti o yeden o sign no but that aside see e into election na say we agent sign coalition sheet na dia wo ka che yin na say abana ya keka bom no de eni hu na say na esitie no sa pepepe na yeden etie wo issue bia enye wo na so ya better radio so 20 press conferences 15 press conferences na wa che dia wo fi say wunim won fa nyina so bia yeden emba and also be gina we are doing an audit and we have information that they padded by 1,000. Where is your pink sheets from that polling station? Na 1,000 income as see 1,000 income. Where is it? You have presented zilch, zero, nothing. You are just wasting the time of the entire nation. And easy for I come on your boom, my own declaration. At this point, demonstration, you protest there. It is the right of every Ghanaian. Remember, Tana TV, you saw me can say the ADC for year demonstration. They can continue to demonstrate. It is their right. The yesterday woman say, almost demonstrate here. It shouldn't be violent. Yemen sheshe tie wo car kwan so. Yemen prevent it, yemen cause traffic. Yemen prevent other Ghanaians are mo party for ayen fa ye ho. Yemen prevent them from moving about and doing our things in peace. police for no protest, it is within their rights. But we be a very important question. Say, mu protest here copy me we na because me no can say I come be 13 or 14 days. Omo ntumi anko quarter. Omo waste ye nyina time, me waste your members in time. But onim. Opa farmer ke baby ya. NDC they will not go to court.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Opa say me no know what I say had me by head bia. They don't have a case. Omo ni evidence bia, omo ni case bia until they will not go to court. What they are doing right now is that they are misleading their members. They are deceiving them because coalition sheet now is for the declaration in a website and yes secret. The NDC for some you understand by this time you don't come expect. Me expect some come back is website no ma download the coalition sheet no. Now almost the omo coalition sheet be omo feel say no. E wo ho no ye correct ah. Enye no na omo agents ne sign ye no. Omo de no so aba. Omo tumi fe bi bae. Ma me the other issues. Na me correct certain impressions. It is unfortunate. And yeah, the part. But the fact of the matter is that it is not true. Say, in the history of Ghana, Yankwa elections, Emma Obienwe, it is not true. 2000. No, okay. The year 2000. 2000. Boku Nipa 30. The year 2000. Yes. 2004 Kai Mobila. Yes. 2004 Kai Mobila. Who the Mobila? Okay, Mobila. Isa Mobila.
Nipa 30.
Mr. Boku, the year 2000. 2000. The year 2000. We are going to check it. 2004. Okay, Isa Mobila. So okay, Isa Mobila 2004. They didn't know. There were two people. And also no at the end of the it you know sometimes here it's not TV sunu radio so you can't say now we should be measured. You exaggerating here then someone near can't say almost here NDC followers now. And me the people I pity are the young active Ghanaians are Oma mislead you more and opinion we omudu omujina we mu or car so. But because the facts on the ground doesn't support the things they are telling their followers.
Are you not concerned? Say electoral commissioner be declare results baby you know about the following day.
There were only one gazetted electoral results in Ghana. Only one. He is a member of parliament, he knows it. Yes, we have only one gazetted.
But how many people in Ghana who follow the gazetted results?
See, results in here. We do not have any other results anywhere. We have had instances in this country. Yaya declaration crowd without several constituencies in this country before. Why they will tell us that those results, even if they add it to the first person, are inconsequential. Ewa my way, ya bobobi. Na me no any other people, ya banker results no. And also way. That they can statistics.
No,
and mathematics.
I know they say. But the point in the say, ube jina ho akatre say abani say. Na ade chia once I be catch say me ye mfumu so any crofofo
ye ni results me no Ghana ha
no eka e dey influence into the perception
only NDC are the only ones NDC for pay because the baseline document for determining the results are pink sheet bibi wo ma fa pink sheet are different from the Omeka in Ebre fa pink sheet na are different also pink sheet na wo na okeka bo mu no na ye sen
amuso mu gusu ye order
eh wo wie ya ntene ku nam sa wo wie na gusu ye audit e na ewie ma ade nkrofo mbagu no wo do mu gu aye den sa wo gusu ye audit a wo wie ya e de enti na wo ka kire si ye wie aw ade na wo so wo ye no wo ye audit wo wie ye enti wo base se chese ye wie aw ene de
se audit de wo start here
sie
obehu
se wo wie ya
na mo be court na be take any
enti ye process share Dawuro they are making na say once medical call is a protest and there be any problem. But the NDC for you, they have been unfair to their followers. Almost traumatizing them emotionally. Because at the end of more catch them no mudi mochi yodo no. Munye we me pese TV suneti they will market. Ade we omu ye one omu nkokot omu ni basis bia two. Ebe wie no they will never be able to come out boldly and come and tell their people say your quality ye say nya. Now up to now 2012 results omu to mean quality here. 2016 results omu to mean quality here. Me no ka say 2020 results will be to me even private radio stations to me no afa no mo ye audit. So why do you ask your followers to go and be on the streets burning ties destroying properties when you don't have the results?
2012 abre amunkro for Cobra Sport na mo we collation
ya ko ho ka che so munko fie no munkoda when we saw our people at Obra Sport and those friends said visuals are there. The party leadership went to Obra Sport and went to tell them say go home and go and sleep. And then the flag bearer of the party then didn't wait for how many days after elections. He came on radio and said, listen, we concede and accept it in protest. And that we are putting ourselves together and going to court. And then we went to court.
mo file mo case on the 28th of December 2012. Ade chinene eye emsene 20th or so. Na wo ka send this.
Makase mo ye protest.
Wo so mo ntimi nko court.
Me so na me see mo ntimi nko court because yen as at the 11th or 12th after elections December no na ya kire yen ma statistics figures basis into ya yen say
about some invisible na
some of you o dey no bre kire o dem dey no o be gira TV so dey no be kan o show bibi o say o share video bi a o say nkofo bi cover PV what did he show you? Forget Sami Jemfi on go dey on the comedy on dey put him aside. I don't listen to Sami Jemfi. And this in assembly I listen to the members of parliament, Haruna Idrisu, Joma. Sami Jemfi are not bar or no call us nobody.
Oh no.
Oh, but that is the truth.
No, it's not fair. It's not fair.
But I don't listen to him. Because Sami Jemfi are no tie man. He is the reason why there are people on the street for no reason. There are thousands of people who are on the street for NDC. Who there be some say dear to the most of say dear now just I say dear. This party Nakasana was your they don't have the figures.
Okay.
I'm figures. Missy Femono. I'm figures. It's almost a year. You see, 80 for me, maybe dear. They are making and say, me, we are NDC and that's a wood NDC leadership or business.
Okay.
But yen Ghana for na yesro do pa ye tu ye ka koye adwuma koye adwuma ne de. So omo ye omo demonstrations now. They should not obstruct us. Omo no when on political party. You know omo say omo be di false hope echi. Pink sheet egu website a mo agent assign. Mo ankasa mo ko download na mo hwe. Na mo so mo obibi e different na mo de aka omo se mo nye. Na se mo be di mo party flag bearer echi no ko jaka akwan so ama mo asai no ma mo amasem.
All right.
But ultimately no Niema mienu na meka wa ha and I'll be here. Opa da member me no obu nyina be se aba nisi ya miensa. One, NDC cannot go to court. They will not go to court because the omo kan in be no wa tasum. Two, omo flag bearer no is only preparing the ground to come back and lead their party. Inti so to be shifting blame no. Na eye the party for say won kade dem go be to medi. Na mo obi na wi ano. Obi wi NDC here. Now don't go for the one excess of 500,000 votes and what clean and clear.
Honorable Dennis Abuaji, a member of the NPP National Communication Team and a former MC for Equiapem North Municipality. Your Facebook, Kingdom 107.7 FM. Now, Ode Adventure so Afahom. Medogana Jumeji in a Kingdom Garlic Bitters and a boy, a immune booster, onoma, a boosting immune system, and multimate Kutianya Robia. Insia, more catch say. Mo the electric shock ebe shock NPP ni NDC anka ba na ye nte ha ye ko santo kwai
meni ameda se
na ya ba betumu ni
meda se na meda nipa be 12,000 eni a check akra think to around 12 amotuma the convention people's party across the country.
It says 212,000.
No, I said 12,000.
12,000.
We have 12,000 votes.
Oh my brother. Oh kasama.
What can we say? Whatever me give.
Yeah, but that no chiro say Ghana no yeda so stadium ma no kafo e wo man mu. The reason is say electric shock na na ya nim say e betimi a shock the democratic system. Ba minia yeah co election. Na election fortnight to the election day na nkasa no on the 7th. Na nipa owiska edoso no wadi kan to election no.
How?
Oh, meaning how saying. Say bia akuapem no na wan hu bi. Me I was thinking tampo. Ye chetela sewing machine. Me kan the tailor because na no amanfo be hu kese.
When you delegate election here ko.
No, but even national elections.
How?
National elections kin tampo MPP chetela any hair dryers. NDC chentuma edum chemo
general
election nti election no it was bought by the highest bidder nti nanado we ni anya me nwa because nanado or your president always or not like state no nti you use state resources and we need this particular election nti metiba bi no ka say CPP 12,000 enya nwa yes we trace anka Ghana for better years because of your manifesto niema na ewum Ghana for do na air.
12,000 they unpardonable.
No, why should we say it's unpardonable?
No.
Oh, why?
CPP,
No,
Kwame Nkrumah party, 12,000.
Kwame Nkrumah more time no.
Out of 70 million.
Kwame Nkrumah more time.
Na you find 30 million.
Kwame Nkrumah more time no. Dawuro. Na ye mahia endo kronipa na dachi akoto nipa no vote. No. Kwame Nkrumah time na there was no that inequality in this system and there he had do kronipa man toma.
I think sir, we are the poorest performance at CPP Maya.
Oh yeah, so far 2012 is the poorest performance, but 2012 a fear or Mampany or Tissu Nanado essay scapa the win election.
2020.
This election was bought. It was bought. In CPP, no, sometimes I hear people CPP got 12,000. Oh no, okay, and I'll address it. Let me address it to neighbor one by one.
It's a good to say.
Oh, me ba, oh me. Address it to neighbor one by one. Now what? Mampany at election week. Hey, and worry. Oh, no minia. What I want who be? Oh, Dennis. What Frederick catch him say? Okay. Near man I'm more rich or nano me before
that now me number.
Umia, ye fa ntu nchen. Na metie NST okumi on sister station. Ana okasa no campaign o akwetia. De na oye nyina no na ne yonko amase. Eso etua losing fee. E ma ne lusu ye. De meka chem nyina say the 12,000 na CPP anya no. E stadium ma na ye no ye da so ogidie say Ghana for do na so kanokre because this election was bought by the president. Otoe.
But you see, maybe I may know because we know that me try to say any delegate election yeko. Now I can say ni paka krebi me pay scary amomo. How can you buy 6 million? No, 7. It's my president over 6.something million. How can you buy all these people?
This is how you buy them. This is how you buy them. Be a honorable tell no MP da. Obet matro operations ni bi. This is how you buy them. Mi ofie. Ena be a menu aba opamade. Right? And we bet the sewing machine. Sewing machine be a 350 series 400 series. Or no drain said, "Wa bet in intino." A beman a jumano akosro. The obe catch oh mammy. A buyer bet you. Bear my be a household no. Me fear kuman ya 12 ye be in past 6 and 5. And a 12 boom. A buyer bet me sewing machine. Or now bet me hair dryer. Inti a buyer bet me hair dryer and intino. Mammy Kwaku to mano. It happens. Sana Nanado they win election. When you say CPP lose, CPP did not lose this election. Nanado bought the election. But the enfer unto change. You see, apart from that, no, you better Kingdom I say, Kingdom, TV and radio across the region. You damn say. You see, another thing I say who say CPP and near more this particular election is the media. Say near that Kingdom I say a bribiano, mama communicators eba treya green manifesto. Edema Ghana phones or Montumayano. Your sister stations are not doing that because we are not paying their producers. Your sister stations are not free because you are producers and you are the producers are free. But Kingdom and other stations they are doing that. Inti, you need a media house to transmit your information to the good people of Ghana. Apart from Kingdom and other stations, no, you are bisa a omoboayen. Inti ubetiana Okada was riding. And Okada air riding na be MPP for so the air riding baby and they are paying the producers and producers are even promoting this particular manifesto promises on their websites. And CPDMco. I see the Goom factor. Man focus say Goom Goom had a TV station. I think 2 TV stations. And I'm Dawuro. Goom had I think two or 2 fire no I say or fire 1 and fire 2. Okay. And always Goom obetrani TV no so or can you obey? And a man for her. CPP has said now we are not rebuilding. Say CPP. So apart from second Kingdom boy, and yes, we have pay a TV station now. If my Ghana for who ye bit my Yama Ghana mine. And educate Ghanaians more on vote buying or election buying. So we are all winning election out of buying the people. We have to educate Ghanaians because I don't know about your sewing machine, watch your hair dryer, watch your tuma, watch your mook or long kabako. Olonka baku na 4 years aduane no. Olonka baku yes in local market. I think 26.
Don't you think say CPP for man boa mo hu ye instead of some blaming microphone na we to vote na we to vote no, because we were expecting you people to do better.
You see your boy hu ye. You see your CPP boa hu ye. Because I'm building the point one by one.
Social media we microphone na they were angry about electric shock on you na flag bearer because they thought say campaign message.
They were angry because the media misled them. Apart from electric shock, no, my memo Niama Bibria, a lawyer Ivo Greenstreet Kai, and the media didn't carry them. One lawyer Ivo Greenstreet Kai say in our manifesto say you be review Article 71 holders. Omo emoluments, ska omo geno, Dawson. Ye po ye nime COVID aba ye ho kire. It was a review as Gracia near Parliament he can. Lawyer Ivo spoke about it. One account was him. You were not interested. You were interested in the other part. Ye no free ho. Ye ka say ye bar ye mineral loss. Ye mining sector. Ubekono or mining the 10%. Abrofo the 90%. We said we were going to review it. Ask yourself, did the media carry it? They were not interested, so they were rather, and sometimes I don't blame and your kingdom monka because I didn't see you do that. But there are other media stations other political parties pay their producers and program directors to now to make fun. Minimum.
Because one move be
sometimes
they are on the media.
No. You see, truth must be said. And no say Ghana Hanono say no sincerity and truth. Yang can't no cranny say this our democracy is not sustainable. This democracy can. Why are we fighting? Why NDC? I didn't know demonstration. I didn't know election be Baku Renia. Na Baku demonstration. Because ordinary resources in Abegum into your Lusuna or Qua. A Hano say or Kwaku Neskanohi. We say Abra Yesha election and can stakeholders or more Maimu. Ebe catch political party say. Mamu says Kabebre. Look at what the flamboyant campaign people are running. See people you confess canoeing. You do crack and a boy. Into 12,000 no. A idea so and we know we shall do better come 20 because Ghanaians are becoming enlightened. Because and I made a because election no. My year share 12,000 at CPI no. Look at 71% turnout. Look at 3% rejected ballots. Sometimes rejection maybe constituency. There are people who went and voted for parliamentarian and said parliamentary side no. On vote on the presidential side on to because nimli or trauma. So it sends a signal that Ghanaians, but you say no, the two parties don't like them. Inti yan like you mono, CPP no so no media and other parties. Adi kanaka utuma CPP on we into you and the men kotuma CPP. But we had 12,000, which we are happy, and we are building on this 12,000. And I know 2024, near Oka 12,000, you will sit and say Benisia CPP Panama winning Ghana election.
After 2016 election.
You see, you can't after 2016 election, right? You can't. But ena make catch say there were things COVID no so ekutia CPP amayamum. But 2021 a year we 2024 no. What CPP is proposing, and I know Seminia Dennis Mune honorable Mbeboyen, is to look at state funding of political parties. A brass to say you state. Because politics is it promotes say the sustainability of this our democracy. Say democracy based sustainable. A brass to say state no. Oma political parties can some fanya campaign. Now you limited government, and now incumbent government, nisika state resources are the campaign. You limited no. Because to be frank with you, who campaign are you in a year? You know, the winning your motor by your winning, most of them were financed by the state. Say a election. Now president I will say one team I never making tampo for or say makucha sword. My soda, me babe a friend and babe kwanyamo. Or the state, any promoter. So we have to look at that. State must fund political parties. Dawuro, your best answer is media for no. Kingdom ye damase, but you have to begin some best support to so-called smaller parties no. Because there be a mekasa smaller parties, whether you like it or yes, are stabilizers in our democracy. Senne, sanka mutimi support to CPP. Meba, Dawuro mami ending network. So mutimi support to CPP manitimi transmit. Ni manifesto ideas ema electricity mani togu electricity azuma nkane imagine sanka CPP anya be 3% or 5% of this election yentimi nya runoff and these parties be who say at any time they can misbehave because they need one party to become majority.
Young kingdom for say na wo kan ye factory who say ebeboa sa smaller parties no. And we had only 2 parties being serious na ye demand e omutimi e de rep eba money Kofi Akpalo party LPG. Money the only 2 parties are na ye demand say ye pese e boa muntimu ma ye nipa no mra program so a etimi nya enipa fimu chen eno kra no du ba bia na ye din so eja ye pushi a eba. But the other parties no what ma so
yentina ye kase ye damase bia na support no ye damase ye da kingdom for us. But what we are telling other colleagues no across the media no modi kan ka kire say ebinim ha mo invite your mama. But there have been series of letters they attract media houses bia intentionally, whether by intent or whatever, or by their management policy or whatever, they don't call us. Right? Internet catch up say if they don't start calling the so-called smaller parties or from smaller parties, no, this our democracy is not sustainable because right. Democracy demand the two parties, NDC and MPP. And then the NDC want to say you 2024. Say Basebia, Namin Farmer because I know 2024 CPP going to win. Now say NDC so win here.
Wow, won them 12,000.
Oh, that
NPP for speaker someone to
someone tiasia. There be a yen tiasia. Say nipa 6 now. And now say nipa 8. Nipa 8. Abusuya bi tiba bi o mafa ho ya election time we na sebio obi tutu ku minipai. Oh yes, so NDC arene. Say NDC arene so dia MPP for no. Muso munku omo sa. It is bringing hatred, and the hatred neighbor. It is calling for a chaos in future.
All right. Nsi ameda asemame ma etiefo mremu kakra na fie wi a ye mo no tofa na ye mfanko. Abusia ameda Ghana dwumadi ni wo Kingdom TV and Kingdom FM so ye bie ahoma na tum na mepamcho 0302 549929 0302 549929 0302 547200 0302547200 mepamo chow ene de oba menso so a simple instruction utie yen ewa akire utie yen wa akire ye transmit voice over data enti ebe delay kakra ti esremo oba lower volume set on your TV or radio no na tie wo phone nim matumebo pa na me chechire mu na tie wo phone nim na woni yenkita hudi no enye pepepe mesremo mo menye ne sa ne moy Abdul Dramani wo betemu ani so na honamu tsen
Dawuro na pompi sei
nyame adom me ho ye pa na nso e
oh ma fo papa ya na wachi awo papa mi tutu dia ma me pi
mate
o fa Dawuro ma menchia David Tinesha communication director madam Jennifer Kwen be be obi a mechia no na me din check esi so efrim MP ona bo ben message ho dia mamo Dawuro ne asam kakra meka ayasida na de ba magana fo ni na ye 7 December kan se ko to abadi ye meshi bejafo na Dawuro be bitana sato na ye ni je dia ma ifise ona bo ben message yima pano ye no de to tana sato ni se san to an su di am Dawuro ye ko to abano na yankasa ye papa yura ben message ne wo die ma me ona bo hana bisu sin kunudie efise nkunudie ona bo ben message di wo ye ma me hana bisu so no eye nkunudie de matana sato ma ntimi fa kunya so na mata tana sato ma na
all right yeah say to die Abdulrahman ubedi onkomo kejesi ewodo nya ke memajo
ya eja
yo pacho mamintie
yo medama sene ejuma pa moye me so de ampesa me kan se se abaturi ya me aye ya to ya ba evi so hona ni o ma ekoso no do kreni ya me enim ya na ha adwen pa se nipa se be ya magifi wasase we so eno Nyankopon ade bomu no so se edipa ba ko pe na se odi se be ade so hunu enti dia me ni se be kan na me sre ye nua no edi si to no se omunya abotre pa na se be enne na anya me bia ekena bi betumi ayo obodi
all right me da say yan fast Steven Wonder e wa Ashanti region Steven me majo okay Steven Wonder homano ate 0302549929 0302547200 good evening Patrick Frost na Kasafin fam
Patrick Kasafra Francis
Afran Plains okay hey enti we no Afran Plains south and ase north all right you Frost saying
yes friend Moro Ali
okay eja Moro maminti we
so masem se sane minu na okaze MBB vote seat ne ya na kwara ye kuma hakura no ade kia ye betu aba na anaje ebe 11 o'clock ya ye tu aba han na ye nipa 89 enti every fie bia mo mu kike density unni hokura umre ta density ne jafie ndiye aba na omuto ya ni kwanzo ya na kware.
All right. Yeah, say any evidence to that effect until your word. Okay. Yemfa ejanimo ewo fanko beria. Ejanimo good evening. Ejanimo majo. Ejanimo tinika.
Me Joshua Dawuro. Wako juma pa
Yo.
But me Joshua Dawuro, what boy you map and you work as just a tension of a call for Muntinaja. What free and one better as you will be a match and again. PSA again. But I say, I don't know, but you may see and yes, ye and the demonstration, a dear you, and some problem be a. The best problem one, the Akacham Samon Koyeno. And there's a Muslim Basam of Kwaku, and I didn't take him of Namudia Moye. You didn't know I was too much.
All right, Ajanimo, Yada Setia of Uncle Berry Afonina, Yenfa Quabran Kroma, Ewo, a Jumako, Quabran, Majo.
Yes, I do.
About to meet you.
Muso Yadamase, Senia Moso, Mukitegana, Moso Munigana, and Kayaso, Ya, Yeni, Ikumi, Ya, a work class, and so in case you to me. I want to know about to in HNO. And this was a letter commission room. Mususha, Massa, Abana, what to know, if you are in your market can do a man, a letter commission of Saudi to into the ambassador, I'm not much I am a main AC. Into you put the house also, your wife, I'll say it's to me. All right. I'm going to to Abembo or take you back for this 5 days.
Okay, me da Siefa na namu akon ewe subo nana me majo.
Dawuro.
Nana mami ntiwe.
Dawuro anyimbe nyame aso nyenka o.
Enka unso.
Mami ntia o no wedwe for the adwuma suma oyema oman Ghana. Dawuro anyimbe mami ntia still productive. Dawuro ka ye kan say aba ya to aba na wi. Ghana ya wo mla say di kofu na say on do say to na bi kofu wa. Supreme Court acquiring the day is for all demonstration, no more tie. Election results now, but everything could be the because a man, yes, you fear quite a fine end yet. I quite a carry and a bomb bano, and I'm more tight. I don't know to say the Omco and the other got the country home.
Okay, Mate, me da say, catch it, I good evening.
Good evening.
Catching a hot saying.
Yamigo so bomb from my town for never.
Catch oh, you know, Yamiensa, Baku are there so. Baku on sound, and a Baku adenta. And Obusmase. Kwame, a catching now, get a crapping station or guess the Rose and oh.
Only 4 pay.
Only 4.
You.
Aha, none me be ye, and I said, Jumani be some bassage or home. Enti na oye oho nyina me wo video no oho.
Aw. Uko we kra na oyi kra nya news nti mi na maka to no.
Obi ani say adena na be kum wo.
Oh you.
Ami ti o ke chire.
Njeda nya news sa. Oso mi ami kan quarantine obi sa no so maka no quarantine na.
Ai wa kan nyina.
Ni awunya no abedu ara se bro.
Kaje me you.
Ayo, mini e wo gbaduma. Se mini e dero. Afi we mo media for the binum bi. Ani asofo no, ani ayinfo no medi bebre hu yawo. Awo aba ye kotui. Aba ye kotui a nipa baku 8. Ahwe wo mo nkwan. Kebi impress bia ifia se tu aba 1992. Mini e dero. Wankasa won say yakotu aba manipa 8 yafimuda na yakotu aba ye papa ku fora me so na nipa 8 ya hwene nkwa na mu ba mo so yatu aba wasum biemu aye na medi buhu yawo na mami wei abedi clear aba no penye bie abi nsida na mu nyina mo ye de mi de bie me kan say mahama e be hu asofo na o apo mu hu a o mo abekasa tia e mahama ban.
Okay, Ketri, ma yena also ase na enfa foforo. Good evening.
Good evening. Dawuro.
Yes.
One bomb. What do you say?
Me ho ye papa. Na o dina he nwure.
Police capital.
KBB ampa o obunu east. Mami nti okay.
Midasi. Na anyimre we ho. Na midasi say mami ntia Ghana president ya to aba mano John Dramani Mahama. Christopher Bayre ya to aba amano the chima staff. Ene
wa woni mi e ma me ajaref ama minister of the tourism hwe aba where ya to Dawuro media say MPP ni no eto no o kase ya hwe Nana Akufo-Addo nya 36 years and o started demonstration in 72nd year and o ba Ghana abenja so Jom Damani Mama o jane na so esi from emano and they say wono die pa na ehano se anya hwi krampo ne baby wakotena na oni the men's America for pono wakopie London no
okay me da say allegations nko the men's Ghana onko America and as yet here only one president elect into yeah ja usumajo
yeah Dawuro
ja usuna Cape Coast or north and south
no south
okay mami tio
me pato e me de say NDC ni no parliament na de ya me ya kakra me say mama wako parliament da what you say wako parliament da na wunni mo mbra e wo parliament mo na mo hwemra 92 no MPP anko parliament wo mama mo makopa ti munnim mbra ne say ye to aba ewie na say ye wia ana say won to ho ase a ehia maso be demonstration the best place for the court be see ano nkrofoma na wo ono e be fie ne na mire ne ma e be fie and innocent people are dying see ano o country no person say mama so person na ba power due 2024 ye we obey them what about you.
All right, Meda say yemfa nana ntwibo esi akon ewa kwawu asaka nana memajo
mejo su aguru Dawuro
na ho ye de
mompa abonti mehu ya pa nana mabosu so mo ti atia mu nyina
ye de nana mabosu na me nana ana mreku nyampon oho
oh nana mreku nyampon kwawu asaka hene o se ho pa Dawuro
ka cha na say afia sunti o man ne nana na me hwela nim
uni how mi anu wa fa prekope de wa yazu wo pasaba ka kire Nyankopon a alo Dawuro
me pasa mi ti opa
yazu pasaba ka kire Nyankopon na aka sa kire mframa
sa pepe
edi wa kan na mreku Nyampon obati papa
mate
Dawuro ne di ka ma me mo wa baso na me tia mi wura kwabra bankwa ya bu a na me tia COP kan ya bu a man kire Nyankopon pe jawo adi wasi akunya kase no so ewura John Tete Nyankopon se no wadwuma pa Dawuro ayewura John Bramani Mahama madini hu ya papa hwe adenji na America sa obi a wabetna akonwa so as a former president na nadu dan Kwaku for 2012 wase menti me hu ase na asa Ghana hu donti me so basa bia ma o mani mu empani fu ase sabe ensamoni ti de tite din the officer bibi akwabatu onu na sa won ti ase a ewura John Bama uga mampani o wadi akonyada adenji na wonko koto na me no ka sai manhia otumfo kuromu ana wonu wapanfo mu di anyambra stam
okay me da say enti ya usu na ntwe si akọ me da say enti ye de be si ha na the afrefo no be si ase Kingdom Herbal Center for ene boayen ye the Kingdom Garlic Bitters abedwaman so me pa chop binom na eboa immune system wa hoden a onyare yare bi obi ho no yare bia wura kuro bia ma gi se be kra no na wa hwe na corona no be kra wa obi because corona no de ne ho hoden enti pe Kingdom Garlic Bitters na nom na boost immune system no na watimi ade yare bia so enkunim eno achi no New Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules near a memedru, Bema Sisimu, I am Mereno, Unumbia, a Boajan so, and no banso dear. What drew a tremendous capsules, and so nebidnum, na a 2 odipua, and then carboni in ase, now I your basma, now whoever kama, never yet me a boa. Till in the soya saying, but be a 2 drubia qua, on Sabekebi, na on sweaty anum. Till the boy ma, ya jay, and ejimeti, a bro. Yen penny for no airborne some minute of an echo. Honorable Dennis, Manifia so was me try to nefe yenko.
The kid dance yada. A Ghana force our GDS from Kwa Omenia or another Kwaku-Addo Abemu. A battle no moto yeno, Omutuma say Nanadon Shena in your power or Shas yeno. obehye mu kena na yemu bi de yewogidie se enkwankopem 2024 no na nanado epia Ghana akosi pempensu bi a Ghana fo ankasa nya de erebefi enda eno ma po sha se enu ti Ghana fo hwe so mo so abane nya no ma oba behwe na wahye mu kena na odi bi aka ho na niema foforo so a ye ka ho asem ewo manifesto mu no ya hwe na edi nyina ayeden aba ma Ghana fo nya so mfaso enti eni da so kese na wo ma ye nyina na ya sanso ama ye nyina bronya pa aneganze afishia pa yemfe nije ene ahokaka soronko mfa ndi bronya no so kokro ba won traffic abakrom na chiro se Ghana for eni age obi ekeka no ho na 2021 when ndi bronya we no na chese wo no unyi nyame aye because even if we have nothing to celebrate at all we have life unlike other countries in other places nipa umbebre ayeden atuchima no enti yemobi afishapa yesanso behia in 2021 because me nyini se bia na mentumi ama bia me for 2021 but yesanso behia bia in 2021 nyankopon ma nyina ahoden ne nkwasronko na yentumi hia na yensan nkoso entoato adwene yemfa ntitire oman no
yeda se abusia ora Dennis Aboaje a former MC equiapment of Oka National Communication Team ama NPP ho honorable Asiama Pato yepon
yo me katre NDC ejitafo ni nyina se mo wo nientia mo ye demonstration in the 7th parliament NDC eco parliament with deficit of 63 MPs mutumi ye campaign sa ama ya 2 MPs bebre Greater Accra Central ya for majority muamunim sena Ghana abato ST and that is why you are on the street that you have voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and you want your vote to be counted. That is very good. Senkaye mami jemensa bibia ye pepepe she will not come back abesa be kachre se wa yemfumuso na oya de no mana yemfumuso no onu kwa na etina no ye we have presidents in 2008 where pink sheet and a coalition regional coalition figures were changed but a demo hona yatina with Afarijan. Let us look at it. Let us investigate. When we are yenusa, look at the number of ministers. Ye come wasem, deputy ministers lose elections. When tinamu GDS, oma wia mwaba, and so we continue. Once yamfa tu susu, we continue to demonstrate. And you be nebe chere se yen kokot na yen kokot. We must let people hear our voice. It is our business. Echese mu amuye ye chitafon. Munim se na musia tumaba. And you have the president. Inti munjina pintin. Na niye ye ni nyinano. Enkoso. MPP force mo 137. NDC for your publishing your constituencies are 137 seats. There are 5 constituencies in dispute. MPP 4. They should bring their constituencies with their name on my winning. So they were just throwing dust into the eyes of the people. Because Techiman South, Zavzugu, these 2 areas, no, ye jidi kaya de onkra. We are 39. Ye pamucho mamumbemu embu agbanumu nimse yawiamo. We are looking for our votes, and our votes must be well counted. Jemensa should come out and bring this. It shouldn't be anything
Honorable,
difficult.
me now say no enti Honorable Daniel Kwesi Asiama, a member of Parliament of Buem constituency Woti region. Right, Emmanuel Kwabi of Nanakabi Motors Aboso Kai also here and enumerate Yamajo Yechiapa. Insia Yampo.
Senior Meka Medical CPP ya de Aseda Emagana for say Yakotwaba aja nipa watching ashro one but ya nesa enye de ba mfanse ya nesa sumye no da suwom yenkuta musa na yeni bronya ne feso na afe da senne no ya bishia and I know say next year no CPP really different plans all together say you best start atoko on the issues of the vulnerable Ghanaian. Say Ghana ni na ho kire mu nsem. They say sana CPP ebeko. Nti na me ka cho say o hwe niema ye chair and leader and the whole leadership omodia to akwanya kwan so say best start implement 2021 going forward now. Ebeye ama Ghana nyina because aho kire o Ghana, hia o Ghana. Because ntuma anase kan unim kan. Unim kan we de gubi sim. Kan timi sisa obi adwene ma ne tuma na nado. Kan etimi sisa obi adwene ma ne tuma na nado.
Okay, me hu video na nkrofo che Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie, yeah. Kan na Maggie o kan nipa no kro na on no beans da no ba etimi sisa na adwene ma na tuma na nado a. Na chiro se hia do so Ghana ha. These are things 2021 ye be ma na tudwa. Wahu ama Ghana fo hu se ye ho kire yen so that in 2024 election as Siberia no nanado se bia ni next person on be yi no obakra bia Dennis no oba na se mo diskan man kra so nkoche kan Ghana for be say o kan no dia yempe bi o magi no kra yempe na CPP ya na ebe to ama no and I know say CPP will come stronger, very stronger in 2024 CPP and 2025 one CPP never form the new government of this country. That's me.
Me da say ebusia intimate yempe for no kan medin e de Kwaku Dawuro me de mu si ha sei na madam ase nyame ya adomo o china no pa mesane wahia e wa no panko wudwumadi so Kingdom 107.7 FM Kofin Kansa ene tamechi ene fe TV abedwafo no nyina so eso ebo michidom bidi Dawuro yede mu si asi bo ho ban na COVID-19 ho a eguso kunipa na hwere o kwansu ye na wanya kwanhyia bronya bremu yeda mu nyina ase